innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass, 20 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up when September ends.
Bounce Radio with 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹, Bob Dylan teaming up with Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, George Harrison, and Roy Orbison. Plus, we'll talk about which artist in the 80s actually said no to a song that Bob Dylan had written for him.
Shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name. Angel smile is what you say. You promised me heaven, then put me through hell. Chains of love got a hold on me. When passion's a prison, you can't break free. Oh, you're a loaded gun. Yeah. Oh, there's nowhere to run. No one can save me. The damage is done. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I play my part, and you play your game. You give love a bad name, and you give love a bad name. Paint your smile on your lips, blood red nails on your fingertips. A schoolboy's dream, you act so shy. Your very first kiss was your first kiss goodbye. Oh, you're a loaded gun. Whoa, there's nowhere to run. No one can save me. The damage is done. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I play my part, and you play your game. You give love a bad name. You give love. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I play my part, and you play your game. You give love a bad name. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I play my part, and you play your game. You give love a bad name. You give
iHeartRadio is Canada's #1 streaming app for radio.
I love iHeartRadio.
And is your source for all your favorite content. The biggest artists and podcasts. Whenever you want them. Everything is in your hand.
iHeartRadio is here.
Anytime,
Anywhere. Stay connected.
The pre-game show starting.
Exclusive interviews on the iHeartRadio CA YouTube channel.
love you, iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio makes the day. Love you, iHeartRadio. Stay connected, iHeartRadio.
Download the app.
Download. Download the free app today.
HMS Insurance Agencies, Kenton Insurance, Guild Insurance, and Wallace Agencies are now Guild Insurance Group. They'll have a new look, but what won't change is the friendly professional staff you've become comfortable with. Guild Insurance Group, here for you. Visit guild.ca.
Tackle tough fall jobs without compromising on comfort. Kubota skid steers are powerful and efficient with serious cabin room. Right now, you can get 0% financing for 48 months on the SSV 65. See your Kubota dealer for details.
It started as a family farm back in 1891. Today, 𝗦𝗡 Farms is still family-owned, and they've grown to become a team of passionate farmers and employees dedicated to supplying eggs to all Manitobans.
I'm Danielle Hildebrand, Industry Relations at 𝗦𝗡 Farms.
At 𝗦𝗡 Farms, we are proud to work with local farmers across this great province who share our commitment to produce safe...
Let me turn that down. I hate when it cuts out like that. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Tomorrow I'll be starting with Farm Simulator 19 stuff again, you guys. So that'll be for tomorrow.
That means cooking day and night until you got paid. That means adding people to the payroll. Hi, Mom. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and cash flow.
But I hate this. Thank you. Jeez, I hate that ad. I hate this radio station. It sucks ass. The pre-game show is about to start, so I'll be quiet until you guys can listen to them. I guess it's not happening right now. Got one more minute. One more minute until they start the pre-game show. Hopefully the Brandon Vikings win today. Hopefully. I'm going to do a poll saying who are you guys cheering for? Voting on. Wheat Kings or Gary Min. Oh, at least 2 opponents. Well, I cannot start, but I'm saying, who are you guys? Who do you think will win? Brandon Vikings. What do you think who will win? See the same logo. Same logo as there. Same logo. So who do you think will win? Well, they are about to start right away with the pre-game show, so I'll be quiet and let you guys hear what they're about to say.
Trying to cut to the net, he scores! Oh, Luca Verzin! He looked like Bobby Orr!
This is WHL Hockey live on your home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1. Now here's the voice of the Wheat Kings, Brandon Crow.
Happy Sunday, Wheat King fans, and welcome to downtown Calgary. It's the Scotiabank Saddledome in the Ed Whalen broadcast booth. This is the pregame show as we get you set for the Brandon Wheat Kings and the Calgary Hitmen coming up in just a few moments' time. Here we're ready to go. Hey, there we go. It's 3-3 weekend, and it's wrapping up here this afternoon. It's, of course, all brought to you by Drummond's Farm Services. Long live the family farm in Holland. Brandon, well, it hasn't been a great road trip so far. Certainly a struggle, to say the least, through the first two games in this Alberta road trip. And it all started on the wrong foot Friday night, that 9-2 loss at the hands of the Edmonton Oil Kings. I thought last night in Red Deer, the team started off relatively well, much better than the night before, but found themselves down 1-0. And quickly were behind the 8-ball 6-0 en route to a 7-1 loss at the hands of the Red Deer Rebels. The only Wheat King goal last night coming off the stick of 𝗦liche. Nick Jones made his Western Hockey League's first career start. Made 35 saves. Certainly was great. Can't fault him for any of what we saw last night. Defensively, for Brandon, they just weren't very good. Gave up a handful of power play goals last night. 3 of them, to be exact. They've now given up 5 power play goals against on this road trip and 2 shorthanded goals. So 7 goals have come by away of the specialty teams. Brandon's just 1 for 12 on the power play this road trip as well. So this is the first time back into Calgary since February 28th of 2020. Cole Reinhardt scored twice as Brandon picked up that 3-2 victory. How about this? The last time Brandon was in Calgary, the game was played at the Stampede Corral, which has now been demolished, and it's the site of the brand new Calgary Flames Arena across the street here. So the last time Brandon played in Calgary was in a building that doesn't exist anymore. That tells you how long it's been since the Wheat Kings have rolled through Alberta. Well, as we mentioned, Nick Jones made his first career Western Hockey League start last night, and he was great. And he stopped 40 shots in his first 80 minutes of action in the WHL, coming on in relief on Friday night for the third period, and then getting his first start yesterday. They'll go back to Carson Bjarnason here tonight. This is a great opportunity for the 16-year-old. Gets shelled, giving up 9 goals on Friday night. Now, certainly, a lot of fans were saying, well, why didn't they pull him? Why didn't they pull him? That was the plan all along, but you don't necessarily want to just throw Nick Jones right into the fire either. He's a guy coming straight from U18 AAA, and he's an emergency backup. He hasn't played at this level either, so you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't when it comes to Carson Bjarnason and Nick Jones in that situation. And if it wasn't for Nick Jones, there's a chance Carson Bjarnason might have had to stay in that whole game, because the previous couple of games we've had emergency backups from high school hockey, from all over midget, and certainly it has not been an ideal situation with Ethan Kruger not on this road trip, but Nick Jones has performed admirably in his couple of opportunities here on this road trip. Last night, Eric Pierce played in his 200th career Western Hockey League game. The Regina natives picked up 3 assists in the Brandon Wheat Kings uniform. In 200 games across Prince Albert and Brandon, he scored 21 times and added 23 assists for a total of 44 points. As for the Russian, well, he's in tonight. 𝗦cije 𝗰𝗶𝗹, who landed in Calgary on Friday after a 20-hour flight from Amsterdam. He took warm-up yesterday in Red Deer but did not play, and he will make his WHL debut this afternoon. He'll be playing center on a line with Rylan Roersma on his right and Brett Hyland on his left. Up until this arrival here in Brandon, or I guess in Alberta, he'd been playing and practicing, no games, but practicing with the Belarusian national junior team. So all new equipment for 𝗦cije 𝗰𝗶𝗹. He'll wear number 71 tonight. That is the highest jersey number worn by a Brandon Wheat King in franchise history. Just a little tidbit there. As for other roster news here today, Taden Trembecki has been recalled from the Northern Alberta Extreme U18 program. He's appeared in 3 games for Brandon so far, all in call-up situations. He's registered 2 shots on goal while being held off the score sheet. He will play on a line tonight, centering Dubé and Bennett on the 4th line. Many have asked, what's the story with Chad Nychuk? After his late hit last night, he is facing supplementary discipline. Nothing has been officially posted on the Western Hockey League site, but he will not play tonight as they review the hit. It resulted in a 5-minute major, and it was the second 5-minute major we saw in the hockey game. The first one put Brandon on the power play, but they were unable to convert. So that will be a story we will follow as we get into the week this week back in Brandon. As we take a look at our opponent tonight, this week, it is the first time, as mentioned, through Alberta in almost 600 days. The opponent tonight is the Calgary Hitmen. We'll turn it over to the boys of the Western Hockey League to get you set for this one here tonight.
Hitman will pass, give it away up the middle, backdoor Rodney. Oh, what a stop by Nick!
I hate this ad when it goes up like that. What the hell?
For the Calgary Hitmen, the new WHL season is a chance to carry on a culture of hard work and accountability. Hitmen finished third in the Central Division for the second time in the last 3 seasons last year. It was a shortened season that bore fruit, with forward 𝗦liche𝗰𝗶𝗹 and defenseman Tyson Galloway both hearing their names called at the NHL draft. The Hitmen gave plenty of opportunities to their youngsters like 16-year-olds Brandon 𝗦ñott and defenseman 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 last year. A move Calgary's head coach hopes will pay dividends for both this season.
Really what they played through last year was kind of the WHL light, in the sense that, yes, we were playing competitive games against good teams, but also we didn't factor in the same degree of travel, having to deal with going to school in the morning, coming to practice, the grind and the challenges that are inevitably you're going to face as a young player in the league over the course of 68 games. So for them to have a starting point, a reference point, a confidence, certain degree of confidence for having gone through that, I think is going to set them up tremendously.
20-year-old forward 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 has seen a lot over his time in the WHL, and he's ready to pay forward some of the lessons he's learned over his 4 previous seasons with the Hitmen.
Front of the net, Olsen to Zimmerman, empty net, scores! Tie game, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹.
Coming into the league when I was 16, the 20-year-old on the team that really helped me was Jacob Stukel. He would, stay out with me after practice. I'd pass him pucks, he'd shoot, and then he'd do the same for me, which, was really something special. And then later in my years, Mark Kastelic, the recent captain there, he was, such a great leader. He led by example, didn't say many words, but when he spoke, everyone listened, and that's someone I try to replicate myself after.
Calgary's focus is on quickness with and without the puck, and Hamilton admits these preseason preparations are meant to get some of the younger players on his roster up to speed, so to speak.
The real mandate that we've had as an organization to continue to add skill to our lineup, and we want competitive guys, competitive skill. I think that's just first and foremost a necessity that you have to have in the lineup. The game is so fast now and changing and evolving. Puck-moving defensemen and competitive forwards that are skilled enough to make plays in tight areas. I mean, that's the biggest transition as guys head into the Western Hockey League, is your internal clock, so to speak, of time and space has to get ratcheted up considerably.
But in the Calgary dressing room, everyone's well aware that speed and talent alone isn't enough to win games.
He's got a breakaway to the red near net, scores! Turn on the red light, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋𝗋 lights the lamp.
I mean, our success comes through our hard work. We have an expectation around here that we do a lot of heavy lifting for each other, and it's kind of how we built the program. And there's going to be a lot of fresh faces. There's going to be a lot of guys stepping on the ice, for the first time in the Western Hockey League, preseason or not. And, with that comes the understanding, too. There's going to be some sloppy moments, and it's just fine. Guys are going to make mistakes, and we want to let them play and really just give ourselves as a team a starting point.
I think resiliency has always been a key word that we use. We're never out of the fight, and we're a hard-working team. We'll get in the gritty areas and try to outwork teams, and we're never out of the fight.
And as he embarks on his final year of junior hockey,
5 minutes left until the game actually starts, you guys. 5 minutes left.
Looking forward to being counted on night in and night out.
I want to be a huge part of this team coming into my 5th year with this organization. I was part of the leadership group last year and hoping to be again this year. And, that's a huge part of it, being able to lead the team, be the key guy in every situation.
Allen gets it back to the line to Prokop, tipped it on, save, 𝗰𝗋𝗋 scores! 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋𝗋, 3-0 Calgary.
There you have it, your season preview for the Calgary Hitmen. You heard from Steve Hamilton, the head coach of the Hitmen, just moments ago. Of course, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋 as well. When you talk about 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋, a big part of this offense for Calgary, he's been a little bit snake-bitten so far through 3 games. He's missed a couple of games due to injuries, just got 1 assist so far on the season. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of our Drummond's Farm Services pregame show. Mark Derlego joins us, and we'll try and break down what's gone on and what's gone wrong on this road trip so far. You're listening to Fowler Automotive Group, Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey. This is Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
Drummond's Farm Services, where fall deals have kicked in.
Alrighty, so who do you guys think is going to win? I think the Brandon Wheat Kings will win tonight. Hopefully the Brandon Wheat Kings will win tonight. And yeah, hopefully the Brandon Wheat Kings will win tonight. They lost on Friday, Saturday. They lost 2 games on the road on Friday and Saturday's night's games. And hopefully they win tonight's game, but if they don't, oh well, right? But we'll see what will happen. Hopefully they win tonight's game. Hopefully.
Inside the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, it's the Brandon Wheat Kings and Calgary Hitmen coming up in about 5 minutes' time here in Calgary as we get set for the finale of this 3 games in 3 days. Alberta road trip, first time since January of 2020, where the Wheat Kings played here in Calgary. The last time they played here was in the Corral, which doesn't exist anymore. They bulldozed it, moved it over to the new site of where the brand new home of the Calgary Flames will be in a couple years' time. You can start to see construction starting to take shape here in Calgary inside the shadow of the Saddle Dome. But while we wait for the ice to freeze here tonight, we'll hear from Mark Derlego, who joined us just prior to puck drop, get his thoughts on what's gone wrong so far on this road trip.
I thought the team started well. What did you see from your group in that loss last night?
Yeah, I liked our start. We came out hard. We had a couple good looks on the power play. It might have been a different game if we could put a few of those in. And Nick Jones was good for us early on there. He kept us in the game.
Tough spot for him to be in. Comes in here as an AP, gets in relief on Friday, and then makes his first career Western Hockey League start yesterday. But again, I thought he looked confident, cool, collected. That had to be at least a good feeling, knowing that you had a guy back there who was feeling good.
Yeah, it's a 7-1 game, and you can't put a lot of those goals on him. It was some back doors and a couple breakaways, but I thought he battled hard, and that was good to see.
When you look at this Calgary opponent here tonight, they're another team. They're very similar to Red Deer, very similar to Edmonton. They work hard. They've got some skill. What sort of challenges do they bring to the table here today?
Yeah, they work hard, and they're structured, and they also play physical. So we have to match that physicality again and get pucks deep. I think we got to grind their D.
You get a couple of guys back here tonight, but then again, Nate Danielson goes out. So 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 comes in. I know he only took warm-up yesterday, but what do you expect from him? Where are the expectations for this young man?
He looks like a skilled guy who can shoot the puck. He doesn't speak much English right now, but just communicating with them a lot. He has our systems down, and he looked good in warm-up. That's all we can say right now.
How do you plan to use him here tonight? Do you plan to give him a regular shift?
Yeah, he's going to play center tonight. He'll play regular shift. He'll play power play. Kind of throw him in the fire and see what he's got.
Unfortunately, one guy comes into the lineup and you lose Nate Danielson. He had a real tough game last night. It's been a tough couple of days, 6 stitches in the ear, and then he gets checked from behind awkwardly yesterday. Have you ever seen anything like this? Maybe going back to your playing days where this many guys are getting injured every night?
No, I actually haven't. We talked about it the other day, just about how you think you're getting guys back and have a full lineup, and then 1 or 2 guys go out, and it just seems to be a recurring theme. And there's a lot of injuries around the league, but I feel like all ours are happening right now at the start of the year. Hopefully we get them out of the way.
Now, I know you're the power play guy, and you wouldn't have been happy with the effort last night in terms of the final outcome, but did you like some of the looks you got, at least, on the man advantage?
Yeah, especially late in the game, too. We had some good looks. We tried a different couple of guys out there in different positions, and it was the result obviously wasn't there, but we liked a couple looks we had.
Especially team hasn't been on Brandon's side here in the last couple of games, giving up 5 power.
Want to make a name for yourself in gaming? Then make a name for yourself, even if your office and bank balance are far from glamorous. That means ordering more pizza and adding to the payroll. Going up against this guy and pitching your idea 100 times.
No.
Nope. No.
I like it.
He likes it, and you definitely love that.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and cash flow.
Home with injuries and or illness. Chad 𝗦cije is now officially posted. Special thanks to 𝗦cije 𝗰𝗶𝗹 of the Brandon Sun for pointing it out. Chad 𝗦cije has officially been suspended for 2 games for his Czech yesterday that happened late in that hockey game. Elsewhere on the scratches list for the Brandon Wheat Kings, Marcus Kelly. He did make the trip. He has skated over the last couple of days, but still not quite ready to return. And Nate Danielson, who finished the game last night, but he's had a rough couple of days. 6 stitches in the ear and then an awkward check from behind yesterday that shook him up. He will not play tonight. So that means that they have recalled Taden Trembecki from the Northern Alberta Extreme program. It's his 4th game as a Western Hockey Leaguer. He'll play on the 4th line with Dubé and Bennett. It'll be Nolan Ritchie, Ridley Gregg, and Eric Pierce on line number 1. Zakar Polshikov makes his debut centering the 2nd line with Brett Hyland and Rylan Roersma. Trey Johnson plays on the left with Zimmer and Thornton. And on defense, it'll be Hammett and Ward. Of course, no Nychuk tonight. Manti and Iorio, Zach Turner, and Jacob Hofragi will make up the 3rd defense pairing tonight. Carson Bjarnason brings the 3-1 record into the hockey game here tonight, looking to shake off a tough night on Friday against the Edmonton Oil Kings. So that's a look at tonight's scratches and starting lineups for the Brandon Wheat Kings. The officials for tonight's hockey game are Braden Arcand and Curtis Johnson. The linesmen tonight are Will Moswick and Aiden Henderson. The starting goaltender tonight for the Calgary Hitmen will be Braden Peters, who's done a real good job so far for the Calgary Hitmen this year. He's 3-3 with a .363 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. He's picked up 1 shutout in the process. Calgary's 3-3 on the year. Brandon's 4-5 on the year, and would love to head back to Brandon 500 on the season. We'll take a break for the anthem. When we come back, puck drop here at the Saddle Dome on Bounce 96.1.
Hi, my name is... I live at... Street. I am... years old. I work at... And my...
Alright, everyone. Who do you guys think will win? And can you guys please comment down below if who do you guys think will win? Do you guys think Calgary will win or the Brandon Wheat Kings? I think the Brandon Wheat Kings will win because they're my hometown. Let me know if you guys, what do you guys think who will win for tonight's game? Just let me know in the comments who you think will win tonight's game. Brandon Wheat Kings or Calgary Hitmen. So let me know.
With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and soft liners for lower dentures. Call Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic to book your free consultation.
Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Well, we're ready to go here at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, live from the Ed Whalen broadcast booth. This is Fowler Automotive, Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey here on Bounce 96.1. It'll be the Brandon Wheat Kings in black tonight. The Calgary Hitmen in their special neighbor jerseys. They've got the city skyline on the bottom, and it's all part of a Neighbors Helping Neighbors promotion here in Calgary. Once again, the goaltenders tonight brought to you by Final Holdings. Down to my broadcast right, it is Braden Peters from Taber, Alberta. He's 19 years old. He's 3-3 on the year with a 3.63 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. Down to my broadcast left, Carson Bjarnason from Calgary, Manitoba. He's 16 years old, 3-1 on the season, 517 goals against average and an .864 save percentage. Brandon coming into play tonight. Losers of 2 straight. Would love to get back on the right side of things with a victory here on this Sunday afternoon. Happy to have you with us here on Brandon's Bounce. Brandon Crow flying solo here tonight as Sean Chagall brings the puck in on the left wing side. He'll throw it towards the goal. We'll get an early whistle here. The puck goes off a stick, up over the glass, and out of play. Big news tonight for the Brandon Wheat Kings in regards to Chad Nychuk's suspension just dropping moments ago. 2-game suspension for Chad Nychuk for his late hit. So it's the 2nd time this season he's been suspended. And so a total of 4 games missed for him early on in the season. As the puck rolls into the corner, here's Logan Hammett with it. Hammett will play this puck in behind the net. It's rimmed around. Puck played to the near side boards for Eric Pierce. Heavy hit there. Keegan Slaney came driving down the wall. Pierce gave him a whack. Didn't like that. Slaney, of course, part of that trade for Luke Prokop with Edmonton last week as Ridley Gregg goes crashing in behind the goal. Knocks it free here for Logan Hammett. Hammett will start out. Here's Eric Pierce with it. Looks for an outlet pass for Ridley Gregg. Down on the right wing side. Gregg trying to drive it in. Got pushed off the puck down there in the corner. Couple of Hitmen, couple of Wheat Kings trying to dig the puck free near sideboards. Pierce lifts it to the front of the goal for Nolan Ritchie. Ritchie now for Ridley Gregg. Walks right into the slot. Gregg all the way around, ran out of room, trying to center it back in front. Couldn't get a shot on goal. Gregg still with it now for Ritchie. Ritchie in, shoots, it's blocked, didn't get through. And the Hitmen will start back out to center ice. Trying to carry this one ahead is Cale Zimmerman. Zimmerman took a stick check there as it's knocked away by Eric Pierce. Pierce and Nolan Ritchie collide as the second line hops over the boards. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, his first shift as a Brandon Wheat King, will chase after this puck down the near side boards. It'll be icing against the Hitmen, and they'll blow this one down as Quinn Manti goes back to get it. So, welcome to the Western Hockey League. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 playing with Brett Hyland and Rylan Roersman tonight. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 will play center. And talking with General Manager Doug Gasper about 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, he said watching him against Team Canada at the U17s down in Texas, he won every face-off against the Canadians as he loses his first face-off here in the Western Hockey League. And the puck will roll back out to center ice. He's playing center here on this line with Roersman and Hyland. Chasing this puck down the near side wing, Brett Hyland will go after it. Calgary will pick it up, back out to center ice. Trying to bring this one ahead is 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. He'll dump it down in behind the net for Quinn Manti. Brandon looking to get back on the right side of things. They've been outscored 16-3 in the last two games and have given up a total of 5 power play goals in that span. Here's Rylan Roersman with it. He'll drive it down the near side. Back in front they go for Hyland. It's knocked down. Here come the Hitmen back out to center ice. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 with it. A quick pass ahead for Kidd. His shot that goes wide of the Brandon goal, and Bjarnason will glove it down off the end boards and hang on for the face-off. Talk about fluke injuries. This Brandon Wheat King Hockey Club cannot stay healthy. And, you know, one of the exact I would say sequences that describes the bad luck, last night on the penalty kill, Chad 𝗦cije came out from behind the net, went to fire it off the glass, misfired off the toe of his stick, and the puck went straight into the Brandon bench. Vinny Iorio was taking a drink of water without his glove on, and the puck hit him right in the hand. And you should see the sides of Vinny's finger. It looks like he's carrying around a plum on a toothpick, as he just happened to be standing in the wrong spot at the wrong time and took one right off the hand. Just an innocent clearing attempt right into the Brandon bench. And that's just the type of injuries the Wheat Kings have had so far here on this road trip. And to start the season here in game number 10 of this 68-game Western Hockey League season. Puck just inside the blue line. Back out to the line it comes. Knocked down by Trey Johnson. The Hitmen will push it in. Jacob Hofrogge quickly back out to center for Ben Thornton. Good start to the hockey game here for Brandon. A lot more life, a lot more jump. Pep in their step, as the kids would say, as the puck comes back out to center ice. On it here is Iorio. He'll play this one ahead for Jackson Dubé. Him, Bennett, Hyland chasing after Taden Trembecki, the young 16-year-old call-up in his fourth Western Hockey League game. Puck gets dumped down the ice, and it'll be an icing call here against the Hitmen. Face-off will come all the way back down the ice. Face-off to the blocker side of Peters. Brett Hyland to take this face-off. Hyland wins it cleanly, back for Jackson Dubé. He'll dump it back to the line. There's a shot from Hammett that goes up and over the Calgary goal. Back around to the near side. Mason Ward can't hold the line. It'll roll back out to center ice. Here's Hammett with it quickly ahead far side for Brett Hyland. He'll chase after it in the corner. Hyland after it. Big collision there as he ran hard there into Matt Sutter. No relation to the Sutter family royalty from Viking, Alberta. Back into the corner. Boy, you wonder every time you see a kid with Sutter as a last name, you wonder if he's a grandson or a nephew of one of the Sutter brothers. Now in front, here's a chance for Nolan Ritchie. He snapped it wide, and Peters will throw a glove on it and hang on for the faceoff. Good start to the hockey game here, a couple of minutes in. Ridley Gregg in that top line of the Brandon Wheat Kings comes back up over the boards. Hitmen will grab the loose puck and play it up the near side wall. On it here is Pierce. He'll cut to the net. Pierce right into the slot. A shot that goes off the leg and wide. Pierce back in behind the goal. On it here is Nolan Ritchie driving to the front of the net. Puck's loose in the paint. Peters is down. And the puck is under the pile somewhere. And I'm not sure which Wheat King it is. It's probably Ridley Gregg, knowing him. And it is the captain of the Wheat King standing right over top of the Calgary Hitmen goaltender. In a face-off down there in the Calgary end. Brandon will keep the top line out there. It'll be Manti and Iorio on the back end. Face-off controlled here by the Wheat Kings. Pierce trying to kick this one towards the front of the net. Here's Nolan Ritchie. Sharp angle, spins, throws it in front. A great pass right under the tape of Pierce. And Peters got just enough of it. Back into the corner for Ridley Gregg. Floats it to the line. Here's Quinn Manti. Back to the middle, Iorio. Pressured quickly there at the point. Shoveled down the wall to buy himself some time. Here's Nolan Ritchie. Now for Eric Pierce. Pierce kicks this one back to the point for Manti. Manti throws it towards the net, blocked by the Hitmen, and they'll come out to center ice. Stepping up is Jackson Vandalese. He's a long-time Hitman. Down the ice it goes. Here's Vinny Iorio. Nice little reverse for Manti into the far corner. Back out to center. Vandelis has it go off his skates. Here comes Nolan Ritchie left wing. 1-on-2 into the Calgary end. Ritchie a sharp angle shot. Stopped by Peters. And he'll hang on for the faceoff down in that Calgary end as we close in on the 5-minute mark of this first period. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 takes this draw out there with Roersma and Highland on the left wing side. Hofragi on the back end with Zach Turner. Face-off controlled here by 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶. Good face-off win, but the Hitmen jump in, grab the loose puck, and start out to center ice. Turner bounces this one back ahead. Bouncing around just in front of the Brandon bench. Turner chasing after it there with Mason Finley. Turner, Finley battling along the far boards. Blake Allen as well. Now it's kicked ahead for 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶. He'll throw this one back out to center ice. Looking for Rylan Roersma. He'll slap this one down towards the Calgary goal. First one on it there is Blake Heward. Heward off the boards, back out to center. Here's Turner now, has some time. He'll swing it across to his D partner, Jacob Hofragi. Quickly up the boards, tipped in by Rylan Roersma. Brandon will get a line change here. Roersma stays out, provides a little bit of forecheck here as Heward goes out and grabs this loose puck. It'll be sent down the ice. This should be an icing against the Hitmen. And we're going to face off here. Early stages, first period. This hockey game brought to you by Fowler Automotive Group. It's so nice to be back out on the road after 60-some days in Regina in the hub to see some different teams, some different uniforms, some different players. As mentioned the last time Brandon was here, they played at the Stampede Corral, which has since been bulldozed, and it's now a pile of dirt across the street. Talking with some fans yesterday in Red Deer, they were so excited to come to the game last night because Brandon was the first team outside of the Alberta Division, Central Division, to come to Red Deer. It was the first time they'd seen a sweater that wasn't a team from Alberta or the Swift Current Broncos in almost 2 years. And there were a ton of Wheat King fans in the building as well last night. Lots of family, lots of Alberta guys on this roster getting a chance to see their sons and grandsons and nephews play here. As Logan Hammett plays his puck back in behind the net, here's Mason Ward. He's one of those guys. He was had some family in the building last night. Here's the turnover. Ward threw it right to the front of the net, and Bjarnason made a pad save there. Back to the near side boards. Here's Sean Chagall with it. He'll play this one back in behind the net. Funk chasing after it. Ward's going to grab it. Fights off the check there. Couple number 24s in the corner. Slapping this puck in behind the net. Here's Logan Hammett. He's got some time, but he's got to move quick, though, as the Hitmen were closing in on him. Now Ty Zimmer out at center. Gives his man a bump. Now for Ben Thornton. Thornton and Keegan Slaney collide, and the Hitmen will grab possession. Dumping this one down the ice. Icing's waved off. Ward goes back to get it again. In behind his own net. Left there for Hammett. Played for Taden Trembecki. Trembecki near side for Thornton. Thornton ran himself right into trouble. Sends this down the ice. No icing. And the Hitmen will go back to get it. Here's Jackson Vandelis with it. Good job by Brandon so far here in this first period. Rylan Roersma is going to take a shift here on this fourth line, as Vinny Iorio will grab this loose puck and play it across for Quinn Manti. Nice little hinge play, reversing it back through the middle. It's knocked down on a steal, and Kidd tries to carry it in. Manti jumps up, takes it away, shovels it ahead for Josiah Bennett. He's got a man open in front. Bennett trying to find some room. He can't get the puck to Dubé in front, and a diving play on the back check there. Jackson Vandelis broke that chance up. Would have been a good quality scoring chance for Brandon. Near side boards, Jackson Dubé tries to play the puck back into the zone, but Zimmerman slaps it into Brandon territory. Back to get it, here's Vinny Iorio. Iorio, his pass off a skate, rolls right towards the Brandon goal. Bjarnason steers it there for Iorio. And he'll carry this one ahead. Iorio up across the red line for Bennett. He'll gain the red and fire it in. Goaltender Peters out to play it. Brandon sends 5 guys to the bench for a line change. The top line up over the boards. Here come the Hitmen back out to center ice. Graydon Sipman carries this one ahead. Dumps this puck down in behind the Brandon goal. Zach Turner's got a couple of Hitmen to deal with down there in below the goal line. Trying to dig it free there is Tristan Zandy. Zandy on the forecheck with Mason Finley. Gets the puck back. Here's Finley with it. Zandy in behind the goal now for Allen. Plays this puck to the line. Sipman with it. He'll throw it right back into the corner. Hitman just throwing the puck around loose right in front. And Zach Turner fanned on that pass, and it just missed everybody. Back out to center. Good hand-eye there by Sipman. Knocked it away. Right on the Calgary logo. Trying to dive it ahead there was Nolan Ritchie, but the puck will be cleared by the Hitmen. And they'll have some time. They'll regroup. At the red stripe, dumped in, cross ice. After it, here goes Jacob Hofragi. He'll play it off the boards. Out to center ice. Here comes Nolan Ritchie. Right side for Pierce. Pierce plays it ahead now. Ridley Gregg and Nolan Ritchie trying to drive it in. Here's Ritchie centering. Pass! Gregg a chance in front, but he couldn't get the puck to go. Great pass from Ritchie to Gregg, but he couldn't deflect it home. Now a breakaway pass across the line to laid offside here against the Hitmen. And they'll touch up. That'll bring us to our immediate timeout here in the first period. We're scoreless, but Brandon leads on the shot clock 4-0. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce. 96.1, back in a moment.
Wheat Kings season tickets are on sale now. New this season, BWK memberships. This level includes your playoff tickets, plus a free replica stealth sweater. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. Since the pandemic, life has changed for all of us. 25% of us are consuming more alcohol and cannabis. Even though we're stuck at home, police are seeing an increase in impaired driving charges and the devastation that goes with it. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired and to encourage your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
A message from Jamie Lynn Hancock of MAD Canada. WHL Hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Scotiabank Saddledome here in Calgary. We're through about 8 minutes of play here in the first period. Shots on goal for the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic tonight. 3 locations to serve you in Brandon, Carberry, and Ipwa. 4-1. But we don't have a goal to tell you about yet as Bolshikov's line with Roersma and Highland step up over the boards. Just a moment here to get the shovels and the snow pails off the ice surface in behind the Calgary net. Now we're ready to go. Face-off controlled by Bolshikov. One back into his own zone. Here's a chance for Mason Ward. Little hinge play back for Logan Hammett out to center ice. Right side for Rylan Roersma. He'll slap this one in deep. Delayed offside for a moment. Highland now chasing after it in on the forecheck. Highland racing after Keegan Slaney near sideboards. It gets reversed around to the far side. Bolshikov finishes his check. Knocks the puck free back into the corner. Brett Highland chasing after it now. The puck is slapped out to center ice. Good stick there. Knocked down by Mason Ward. Here's Ward. Took a heavy hit at center. Stood his man up there in Keegan Slaney. And then gave him a whack on the way down. Back the other way. Slaney popped back up to his feet. Tipped in there by the Hitman. That was Tulk with it. Now he heads to the bench for a line change. Here's Brett Highland with it over on the far side. Highland avoids a heavy check there right in front of the Brandon bench. As the Wheat Kings are in the midst of a line change. Here come the Hitmen again. Jackson Vandaliste with it. He'll dump it in. Funk chasing after it. Vinny Iorio, first man back for Brandon. Quickly out for Mason Ward. Ward looks for an outlet pass right onto the tape there of Trey Johnson. Ahead now for Rylan Roersma. Across the Hitman line. Roersma back to the front of the net for Zimmer, and the pass missed. And it's cleared back out to center, right on that big red C at center ice. Dumped down into Hitman territory. Vandaliste after it. His D partner there calling for it is Tyson Galloway. In on the forecheck, Trey Johnson forced the turnover. Here's Ben Thornton with it now. Sends it down into the corner. Trying to dig it free is Zimmer. Back below the goal line. Thornton calling for it in front. The puck is loose, and Sean Chagall will grab the loose puck and start the other way for Calgary. Zimmer tried to get a piece of Chagall at center. Knocked down by Iorio, and a penalty coming up here. And it's going to be a hooking call coming. And I think it's Ben Thornton going to the box. So Calgary will get their first power play of the night here. As Ben Thornton goes to the box for hooking. This penalty kill tonight brought to you by the Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub. Across the street from the Keystone Center. It's your home. The Wheat Kings pregame and postgame deal starting at 5 o'clock on game days. $10 wings, $5 sleeves of draft beer, $6 doubles, and $4 Pink Whitneys at Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub across the street from the Keystone Center. Proud to bring you all the Wheat Kings penalty kill action so far this year, although, albeit if I'm Chad, the owner of Joe Beaver's, I'm not happy with the penalty kill on this road trip so far. 5 goals against and a couple of goals, 3 straight last night. A couple of them were real sloppy defensive breakdowns. And they got to tighten it up as Calgary gets their first power play tonight. They got 90 seconds to go here. They've spent the first half minute trying to get the puck out of their own zone. Brian doing a good job to keep them hemmed in. Now the puck's over on the far side. Polshikov's going to do a little penalty killing here. Gets the puck to the line. Falling down there was Galloway. Back across for Slaney on the left point. Here's Slaney with it. He'll walk in. Sends it to the front of the net. That pass off the stick of Polshikov up and into the Brandon bench. And we're going to face off here with 1:10 to go in this penalty. Face-off will stay down inside the Brandon end. 1:10 to go here in this power play. Ben Thornton in the box for hooking. Midway point of this first period, still looking for the game's first goal. Calgary trying to win the face-off. Ridley Gregg trying to muscle his way up the ice. Fiddler Schultz did a good job to hold him in. And it'll be cleared down the ice as Vandaliste goes after it. Here's Vandaliste in behind the goal. He'll hit the brakes and start the breakout here with 1 minute left in this Calgary power play. First one of the night. Calgary only has 3 power play goals on the season as they dump this one in, and Bjarnason will put a glove on it and hang on for the face-off. Mason Ward didn't like the extra shot on Fiddler Schultz. Chagall didn't like his retaliation, and the two of them have a few words for one another in the corner. So Brandon will send out Quinn Manti and Eric Pierce, who barks at the officials and says, hey, look, you missed one there. You can't be giving Mason Ward heck for standing up for his goaltender. There was a late whack right in on the hands of Bjarnason. The officials missed, but Brandon turns his puck over right off the draw. There's a loose puck in front, and Manti slaps this one all the way down the ice. 9:25 to go here in this first period. Shots are 4-2 Brandon. 35 seconds to go here on this power play for Calgary. Up ahead to center ice. Vandalist with it. He'll play this one across for Chagall, but it's offside at the line, and we'll get a face-off. Good job so far on this kill through 90 seconds. Face-off just outside the Brandon line. Ridley Gregg, the centerman here with Nolan Ritchie, Hoffragi, and Vinny Iorio. Face-off controlled by Brandon. Poked out to center. The Hitmen will regroup. 25 to go here in this first power play of the night. Vinny Iorio is going to skate onto this loose puck and fire it off the window and down the ice. Good clear there by Vinny. And the Hitmen will have to start from in behind their own goal. They got to hurry. Maybe one last rush if they make it up the ice quickly. And it'll be Graydon Sipman with it, starting the breakup, but then he lost the handle, has to pedal back. That'll pretty much do it here as the final 7 seconds tick away on this penalty to Ben Thornton. Puck sent down into Brandon territory. Iorio's got a hurry, rolling puck right down into the zone. Zandy chasing after it. Iorio blew a tire. Back into the high slot. Here's a breakdown and a shot that goes up and over the net. Boy, a casual play there from the Wheat Kings defensively, and it led to a scoring chance for Calgary. Penalty is over, though, and Brandon's killed the first man advantage they have faced here tonight as Mason Ward will grab this loose puck. 8:25 to go, first period. Still looking for the game's first goal. Logan Hammett will fire it in. Peters goes out to play it. Josiah Bennett first on the attack. Forecheck for Brandon out there with Dubé and Brett Hyland. Hitman will send this puck on a long Hail Mary pass out to center. Hammett looking around trying to find the loose puck. Now ahead for Sipman and Zimmerman racing off the bench. Couldn't get the puck to settle down on the backhand. Here's Mason Ward. He'll start out to center ice. He's tripped up there, and that's going to be a penalty 9 times out of 10. And that is about as easy of a call as you're going to ever see in the Western Hockey League. Both officials had their arms in the air, and Mason Ward draws a penalty, so Brandon will go to their first power play of the night. As Ward just tried to start the breakout from behind his own net. And for those of you watching at home, you saw it. And you're going to get another look at it here on the replay as Zimmerman just got his stick in there and took down big Mason Ward. Face-off controlled here by the Wheat Kings. Here's Logan Hammett. He'll play this one across over to the far side. Back up top, Hammett. Right side now for Hyland. Hyland towards the front of the net. That's knocked down. Back for Ward. Power play for Brandon. Their first one of the night. They were 1 for 6 last night. And on this road trip, they're 1 for 12. So they're looking to get something going here and open the scoring in this hockey game. Puck's played to the near side, out to center ice. Here comes Chagall with it. He'll try and drive it up. He got pushed to the ice there by Logan Hammett. Now a big collision, big pile up in front of the Calgary bench. Here's Brett Hyland with it. Hyland will weave his way in, ran out of room. It bounces towards the goal. And Peters came out and grabbed it with the glove, threw it right through the legs of Brett Hyland, and he went crashing hard into the end boards there. Picks himself up. He's going to have to dust himself off. Bit of an awkward collision there. So Brandon will send out Ridley Gregg, Nolan Ritchie, Rylan Rorsma. They got Polshikov playing on the point here with Vinny Iorio. Left-handed shooter from Minsk, Belarus. Boy, what a feeling that must be. To arrive in Canada, you don't speak a word of English. You've never met anybody in the country before other than your agent. And here he is in his first Western Hockey League game. He's got the puck and he'll leave it there for Vinny Iorio. They'll start back out to center ice. Here's Iorio. He'll carry it ahead on the right side, looking for Nolan Ritchie. He'll drive it in on the right wing. Here's Ritchie going all the way around the block. Looks for an outlet ahead for Polshikov. He'll hit the brakes at the hash marks up top for Iorio. Back around to the near side for Ridley Gregg. Gregg floating it to the front of the net. Here's Polshikov in a shot. Stopped by Peters. And he'll hang on for the faceoff. And a good look there for the young Euro. Standing right on the doorstep. He can't get it to go as Peters comes across and makes the save. One thing I don't miss about being on the road is the press box here in Calgary. It's one of those suspended from the ceiling press box that moves. And every once in a while I can get a real eerie shiver down my spine as the building beneath me is moving. It is oddly uncomfortable as Kidd fires his shot away. Stopped there by Carson Bjarnason. Feel like I got to buckle myself in here as Vinny Iorio starts back out. Power play continues for another 41 seconds. Here's Ridley Gregg with it. He'll walk his way in, floats it to the front of the net, got knocked down, regroup back to the point. Here's Vinny Iorio. He'll drag it to the middle. Iorio all the way across, waits, dishes off. Here's 𝗦𝗏𝗶𝗶 with it. Backdoor pass, and it's blocked. Back out to center ice. 25 to go here in the first power play. 6.5 left in the scoreless first period. Iorio's pass doesn't work. It's knocked down there. Ryland Roersma will skate onto it. Here's Roersma trying to find himself some room. Brandon's in the midst of a line change here. And Calgary will clear. Down the ice they go. Here's Bjarnason with it. In behind his old net. Leaves it there for Mason Ward. Here's Ward. Wants to start out with it for Brandon. He'll go for a skate. Lumbers his way out to center ice. Far side for Ridley Gregg. He's got to step into the Calgary zone. Gregg in toe drag. Stopped by Peters. On a great rush there by the Wheat King captain. That comes at the end of that power play. That brings us to the immediate timeout. 5:59 to go here in the first. We're scoreless on Brandon's bounce. 96-1.
The all-in clear-out is on now at Fowler Nissan. You can lease a 21 Sentra for $49 weekly or a 21 Rogue for $89 weekly. Plus, you'll receive a 2-year no-charge maintenance plan. You can also save big on 21 Murano with a $4,000 standard cash credit. We have 80 new vehicles in stock ready for delivery during the all-in clear-out. On now at Fowler Nissan, 3620 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub, the place to be before and after every Wheat Kings game. 15 flavors of poutine, a full draft beer menu, and dozens of big screens to catch up on all the action. Joe Beaver's, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
This is Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back. Inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. Scoreless here in the first period. Shots are 6-3 Brandon on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock. Brandon and Calgary are both 0 for 1 on the power play here so far tonight. Face off down in the Calgary end following that power play. Zimmer out there. Ben Thornton. And Trey Johnson. And Brandon's going to get a face-off warning here. Trey Johnson was encroaching over on the far wing. Puck is down now in beside the Calgary goal. Falling on it here was the centerman Ben Thornton. He'll play it back for Zimmer. Zimmer looking for an outlet. He'll cycle it into the corner. After it now, Trey Johnson. He got checked into the boards, but he's still with it now in below the goal line for Zimmer. He got pasted along the end boards in behind the Calgary net. Slow to get to his feet there as he grabs the stick and shrapnel that he shedded when he got crunched into the boards. Here's Zimmer with it again. Back into the corner he goes for Trey Johnson. Johnson in front for Zimmer. A shot stopped by Peters. And Calgary will grab the loose puck and steer it out to center. Logan Hammett fires it right back in. 5.5 to go first period. Braden Peters has made a number of big stops here for the Calgary Hitmen in this first period. Here's Ben Thornton. Long dump in. He wants to head to the bench for a change. And 5 Wheat Kings will come up over the boards. Here's Zimmerman with it. Down into the zone they go. Brandon rolling all 4 lines here. Doing a good job of that. You have to in the third game of a 3-3. You cannot get yourself tuckered out. This group's been through a lot here in the last 48 hours. You want to make sure you stay as fresh as you can, and rolling 4 lines is the best way to do that. This puck out at center. Dubé can't get it deep. Now 𝗦cije Bennett can't get it deep as Iorio will step up and fire this one ahead. That misses the whole target, and it'll be an icing call here against Brandon. You can see what Iorio was trying to do, but he just missed on the pass attempt, and it goes the length of the ice for an icing call. Faceoff will come all the way back. Into the Brandon end, following the icing. Less than 5 to go. Here in this opening period at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Faceoff controlled by the Hitmen at the line. Here's Tyson Galloway, a shot that doesn't get through. Carson Bjarnason battling in that blue paint there. He got run over by Zandy. The two of them just kind of got crossed up with one another. And down they went in a heap as Dubé plays this puck out at center ice. Gave Vandaliste a heavy whack there. Now a steal. Here's 𝗦cije Bennett. Cuts all the way across. Throws it back in front. No shot as it hit a pair of legs of Calgary defenders on the back check. Into the corner now. Bennett tries to play it to the line for Vinny Iorio. Jackson Dubé trying to provide a screen. Here's Iorio. Dishes off now. Bennett a shot. Hit a leg in front. Went up and over the net. Back to the far side. Dubé trying to slap this one down the wall. It's cleared and back out to center it comes. The Hitmen will skate onto it. Iorio racing over to the near sideboards, trying to corral the loose puck, and he does. Quickly backhands it over for Manti. Ahead now for Bennett. He's at the end of a long shift, tries to just chip it in. Sutter will knock it down and quickly steer it back ahead for Kidd. Good stick check there by Iorio. He'll just rim it around the boards, in behind the Brandon net now for Hyland. Hyland chops it off the Brandon bench out to center ice. Brett Hyland still pushing it down into Calgary territory. In below the goal line, Hyland trying to force a turnover. Hofrogge will pinch up from the line, but Calgary will come to center ice. Stepping up into the zone is Adazinski. And Kidd. Here's Adazinski in below the goal line. Looks for an outlet pass. Doesn't have one. Back to the line he comes for Sutter. Sutter drags and dishes across. Back to the top of the circles. There's a shot blocked there by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Back to the near side boards for Ryland Roersma. He'll go off the glass looking for Brett Hyland. He's at the end of a shift. He's got not much gas left in the tank as he crashes down into the end boards looking for the loose puck in the feet there of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Roersma in there as well. Final 3:15 of this opening period. We're still looking for the game's first goal. Bouncing puck, Chagall looking for it right in front of the Brandon net. There's a shot. He snapped that one just wide of the Brandon goal. Here's Turner back in behind the net. Hofrogge, he's got to be quick with it. Chagall chasing after him. Turner in there as well. Turner and Riley Fiddler-Schultz battling for the puck along the end boards. Turner's going to come up with it now. He's stripped of the puck, but he got it to center. And that'll buy some time here as Brandon tries to get a line change in. Here's Chagall again. Over on the far side, Roersma picked his pocket. At center, Ridley Gregg. Him and Roersma battling for positioning. Now Turner stepped up on Chagall. Could be a 3-on-1. Far side for Funk. He'll walk in. Dishes off. Here's Toth. A shot. He missed the net. Great chance for Calgary there, but they missed the mark. Here's Pierce with it, driving back in the other way. Pierce, he's got some room on the far side wing. Now below the goal line. He's punched into the end boards. Here's a chance for Mason Ward. A shot stopped along the goal line. That puck stayed out. Mason Ward, a great chance that missed the net. Back the other way. Into the top of the circles. A shot and a stop from Bjarnason the other way as David Adazinski was racing in on the right wing on the broken play that almost found its way to the back of the net off the stick of Mason Ward. Close call there as Ward came in, took the shot, and it just trickled along the goal line. You'd think there was a piece of glass from post to post because that puck just went in a straight line right along the goal line. Face-off controlled here by Brandon. Mason Ward in his own zone, back for Logan Hammett. 2 to go here. Scoreless first period for Fowler Automotive Group. Here's a chance for Nolan Ritchie into the zone. Pulls the shot through his legs and pulls the shot to his legs and gets the shot away, but he missed the net. Tried to do that, pull in tight and let it go kind of from his own feet area. And just about fooled the goaltender, but missed the mark. And it'll be an icing call the other way as Calgary sent one the length of the ice. 2-minute warning here. First period coming to an end. Calgary's won 14 of the 20 faceoffs here in this first period. Face-off in the attacking zone here for Brandon. Zimmer out there with Thornton and Trey Johnson. Face-off controlled by Calgary on a good defensive zone face-off win. They'll go off the boards. Thornton kept it in, though, for a moment. Puck's right at the near side point. Mason Ward dumps it into the opposite corner. Zimmer will fly in there after, trying to create a bit of an offensive forecheck here for Brandon. For a moment, they had possession, but then Calgary plays it to the line, and they'll get it out to center ice. Here's Mason Ward. Lifts it back towards the Calgary end. 𝗦𝗍𝗍 will be the first one on it for the Hitmen, and they'll regroup out to center ice. Vinny Iorio. Him and Trey Johnson get crossed up. Johnson zings it across here for Mason Ward. Off the boards to center. Tipped down into the zone there. Ben Thornton calling for it, trying to dig it free there with Keegan 𝗦𝗍𝗍𝗏. Back ahead to center. Calgary will dump this one down and in. That's Cale Zimmerman with it. He's got the full bubble on. Of course, he's missed a couple of games, likely with an injury, somewhere probably to his face. Back out to center ice. Trey Johnson will push this one down and in. He got ridden off the puck into the Calgary bench, and he'll just lift it softly in below the goal line. No icing. Zimmerman fanned on the breakout pass. Boy, there's a lot of snow built up down in that Calgary end. And I've heard players say over the last couple of years that sometimes the ice here in the afternoons in Calgary can be a little bit heavy. As the puck is played over to the far side, here's Vinny Iorio. Quickly across for Manti. He'll hinge it back to Iorio inside his own zone. Walks right in front of his own net. Looks for an outlet pass for Roersma. That one gets by him, and down the ice. This will be an icing call against Brandon with 40.7 seconds to go here in the first period. One penalty aside, still looking for the game's first goal. Face-off inside the Brandon line following the icing. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wins the draw. Trying to slap it up the boards. He's fighting there along the near side with Chagall. Chagall grabs the loose puck. Polshikov's going to push him along the near sideboard. So I like the jam in 71's game early on. Here's Toth the shot. Up high, Bjarnason the save. Rebound. What a stop by Bjarnason. Got across with the left leg and took that one away. Bjarnason doesn't have a helmet on. It somehow came off in the scrum. And they'll blow this one down as Bjarnason made a big stop there with the left pad getting across from the right to the left on a mad scramble in front. They haven't shown a replay of it yet here, but what a stop there. You might get a look at it here from home, and you do, as Bjarnason got across. And took that chance away at the side of the goal. Defensive zone draw here. Ridley Gregg can't win it. Poked free, though, by Nolan Ritchie, and he'll push it ahead. 20 seconds to go. The Wheat Kings have to hurry. Here comes Ridley Gregg, far side. He got stick-checked and ridden into the end boards as the puck's rimmed around. Puck back to the line for Mason Ward. Here's Ward. Holds, shoots, tipped in front. Here's a chance for Gregg. Outwaits the goaltender and scores! 3.5 seconds left on the clock. Ridley Gregg with unbelievable patience, and he beats Braden Peters. The Wheat Kings have opened the scoring. The shot came from Mason Ward. Ridley Gregg grabbed the loose puck in front, and he just held on, outweighted the goaltender. And Potts is 5th of the season into the back of the net. Brandon opens the scoring with just 3.5 seconds to go here in the opening period. That's how you feel good heading into the locker room. So Ridley Gregg opens the scoring here for Brandon.
Number 17, Ridley Gregg, unassisted. Out of the goal, 19 minutes, 56 seconds. Gregg, his 5th of the year, unassisted at 19:56.
There you have it, Ridley Gregg unassisted. I thought Mason Ward would get an assist because he had the initial shot, but clearly got knocked down by someone on the Hitmen. And so with that, Ridley Gregg opens the scoring and gives Brandon the early lead as they head to the locker room. Shots on goal in that first period, 9 for the Brandon Wheat Kings and 6 for the Calgary Hitmen. Shots on goal tonight brought to you by the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic, with 3 locations to serve you in Brandon, Carberry, and 𝗵𝗏. We'll take a break. We'll summarize it for you. You're listening to the first period from Scotiabank Saddledome here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Let the specialists at Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic put a smile on your face. With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and soft liners for lower dentures. Call Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic to book your free consultation.
For the ultimate in luxury, convenience, and innovations, you must check out the all-new Hyundai Palisade. Available in 7 and 8 passenger seating, the Palisade offers an elegantly modern interior. The latest in technology and safety features you have.
Oh, the Wheat Kings are winning 1-0 right now. Cannot wait. Hopefully they keep on doing this amazing thing, up and up and up. Hopefully they will win. Hopefully they will win. And yeah, you guys, I'll be done talking and let you guys hear what they have to say. And yeah.
On sale now. Seats as low as $17.61 per game. Lock in your seat for the hottest ticket in town. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
Take your next trip with Compass Coach Lines, Brandon's only luxury coach line. Superior service doesn't have to be expensive. Compass Coach Lines, it's all about the drive. Visit compasscoachlines.com to book today.
You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
It's in the books here in Calgary, and it's a 1-0 Brandon Wheat Kings lead on a late goal from Ridley Gregg, and we'll tell you how we got there with a bit of a scoring summary here for you. And it's Ridley Gregg opening the scoring for Brandon. That's the first time they've led on this road trip. So a big goal for Ridley Gregg, his 5th of the season. The shot originally came from Mason Ward at the point, got knocked down in front, and he grabs the loose puck and outweights the goaltender Braden Peters, puts it into the heart of the empty net. Unassisted marker for Ridley Gregg. Time of that goal, 19:57. So Ridley Gregg's 5th of the year, unassisted at 19:57. Shots on goal in that first period are brought to you by the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic. 3 locations to serve you in Brandon, Carberry, and 𝗵𝗏. The Wheat Kings had 9 shots in that first period. while the Calgary Hitmen had 6 shots in that first period. The Hitmen winning several faceoffs in that first period, a lot of them. 17 of the 25 faceoffs in that first period were won by the Calgary Hitmen, certainly something the Wheat Kings coaching staff likely addressing in that locker room downstairs in between periods. Both teams had 1 power play chance, and neither team was able to convert. Let's talk about faceoffs in that first period. 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗶, 25%. He was just 1 for 4. Ridley Gregg, 4 for 13 in that first period. Tyson Zimmer, 1 for 5. Brett Hyland, a perfect 2 for 2 in the faceoff circle in that first period. So with that, we have a 1-0 lead, and a bit of a neat stat from 𝗦cie 𝗰𝗶𝗹 of the Brandon Sun. Ridley with a point in all 8 games he's played so far this year. That matching his longest career point streak, which he set back in 2019-2020, as well as during the Regina Hub season. So Ridley now with a point in all 8 games. It's an 8-game point-scoring streak. His 5th goal of the season unassisted at 19:57 is the only goal through 20 minutes. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 and Sam Cosentino on the Pipeline Show. Our first intermission is brought to you by Fowler Automotive Group. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
That was some party, thanks to my buddy's beer and joint. Here's the keys, joint.
Yo, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, dear?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Come on, Dave. Take one for the team.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
A message from Mad Canada.
Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
For our first intermission, we'll check in with 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 from the Pipeline Show as he chatted with junior hockey guru Sam Cosentino.
How many OHL players, I guess, that could be back in the league this year aren't? They're still playing in the AHL because they got that extended look last year, and I believe they made that rule this year where the guys who played, more than a dozen games or 15 games last year get to continue playing. I'm thinking of Cole Perfetti and Ty Forrester and Jade Wisdom. I know Wisdom's hurt, but he'd be that guy too, wouldn't he? And Jean-Luc Foudy?
Yeah, and the other guy, I mean, essentially it's Jamie Drysdale. We know him for all that he did with Anaheim last year, but that really started in San Diego, and now he's obviously not coming back. But in a normal year, if for whatever reason things went sideways for Drysdale, he'd be a guy that would have to come back too. So when you look at that group of players and talk about the entire skill level of the league, on one hand you're like, wow, you'd really like to see those guys back in the league to increase the quality of the league itself. On the other hand, you have to be really happy for the individuals because they took advantage of an opportunity that hasn't been afforded players in the past. And so they're saying to themselves, "Hey, I'm playing in the American League. I'm a successful guy playing in the American League. Byfield would be another one. So good on them for taking advantage of that opportunity. But no question, the other kind of people that have raised their eyebrows, maybe outside of fans, is Hockey Canada. What happens with those guys come World Junior time? Chances are they'd get released from their American Hockey League team, but there's less of a guarantee that would happen if they were, with their respective CHL teams.
That's something we'll watch for that, I guess, here in the next month or two.
Yeah.
What are the big stories out of the queue that have caught your attention so far?
Well, I mean, when I look at the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, you have to think about the hosts of the Memorial Cup. And so there were 2 teams that were bidding for it, the St. John Sea Dogs and the Quebec Ramparts. The Ramparts, of course, hosted in 2015, but Patrick Roy came back since that time and, I mean, really just entirely changed the team and, of course, put it in his mold and his vision. And, they're off to a wonderful start. They're scoring goals at a bit of an alarming rate right now. And so that's a team that's really done some good things. And then you look at St. John, and they're sitting in last place in the Maritimes. They were wondering if maybe they were going to get Kuznetsov back from Calgary. I think he's still in Abbotsford and likely remains there for the year. They have enough pieces. They got a new coach in Gordie Dwyer. So there's a little bit of that uncertainty. In terms of them being awarded the cup, when you looked on paper at their team, you thought they'd have the team to do it. You looked at the city, it's got the infrastructure to do it. And then you consider what happened in 2012 when they were a surefire bet to get the cup, and kind of at the last minute, Shawinigan ended up getting it. So I think it's gone to the right place for the right reasons, but it's not a team that you want to see continuing to mire, in the basement of the Maritimes division for much longer. They kind of got to pull up their boots and get moving here.
Right place, maybe the wrong time. Maybe they should have got it, back when Shawinigan did it in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think about that run, Guy. I think 10, 11, 12. They won it in 11. In 12, they were in the Memorial Cup in Shawinigan that year, which was kind of interesting, but weren't quite the same as that 2011 team. So they were probably poised to, had they hosted that year, you're right, maybe to be a little bit better off than at least what they look like so far in the early going.
Well, Quebec scoring, they've got 30 goals for. They've only allowed 11 as well, and that might be the lowest in the league. So pretty impressive on the offensive and defensive end. Let's go to your rankings at Sportsnet for the 2022 draft. No surprise, Shane Wright, the top guy. I want to ask you about Brad Lambert, who's playing professionally in Finland, only has 1 point in 9 games, and I had a conversation in September with Les Lazaruk, the voice of the Saskatoon Blades, and he thought there was a feeling around the organization. There was an outside, maybe not even an outside chance, he ends up with the Blades sooner as opposed to later. I'm thinking maybe after the World Junior Championship. He thought maybe even sooner than that. Are you hearing anything in regards to that?
I haven't heard that, but I know that he's been sat out a couple of times. I know his minutes are down, and I also know that his teammate, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, was at least a few days ago leading the league in points. And so you have that additional pressure added to you as a draft-eligible player. But it is a fascinating, case and study for sure, in that he represents Finland, was born in Finland, and had a 46-game stint where he put up 15 points against in the men's league last year. But obviously, whether it's draft year blues, whether it's he's feeling that 𝗰𝗋's getting the primetime minutes and he's not. He's such a fascinating guy. When you look strictly at the toolkit that he has, it's electric. He edges well. He's light in the skates. He can shoot the puck. He's got excellent vision. Maybe tends to defer a little bit too much on the vision side of the game. But he really has it all. And so when you look at him at the World Juniors, he surprised a lot of people because he comes in as a double underager. I think he puts up 5 points in the World Juniors. Then he goes to the under 18 with the expectations that he should be the guy there. Mm-hmm. And of course was overshadowed by Bedard and 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 and, a couple of Russian players and Miroshnichenko and, Wright, Bedard, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, those guys. And he doesn't perform quite up to those expectations. So then you're thinking, all right, he's going to have some time off. He's going to be able to go back. He's going to be able to start in the Finnish Liga where he's had success before, and he should just be off and running. And that hasn't happened. So no doubt all of those things are fueling the fact that maybe he ends up in Saskatoon, and maybe he ends up in a place where he obviously has family. His dad Ross is from there. And maybe it's a situation where he gets to play with players closer to his age group and then can regain or refine the success that he had last year in the Liga. But he's an interesting study. I mean, I have him at number 2 right now, Guy. But at some point, the tool must also perform. You can't just have a great toolbox sitting on the floor without a good carpenter to use them.
Well, what a great example of what you need for Jimmy Lambert is being talked to there by Sam Cosentino and Guy Flaming. We'll hear the rest of that feature at our second intermission. Meanwhile, here in Calgary at the Scotiabank Saddledome, it is a 1-0 lead for the Brandon Wheat Kings going back to last year. 10-game point streak for Ridley Gregg. He's on an 8-game point streak to start this season. He's got a point in every game he's played in so far, and he's got the only goal in the hockey game here in this one. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at your out-of-town scoreboard, see what's going on around the league. We'll check in on the U18s, AAA action, MJHL action as well, NHL, NFL Sunday as well here in the world of sports. You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey, a presentation of Fowler Automotive Group here on your new home of the Brandon Wheat Kings and home of Mike Lamb in the mornings. It's Bounce 96.1.
The all-in clear-out is on now at Fowler Nissan. You can lease a 21 Sentra for $49 weekly or a 21 Rogue for $89 weekly. Plus, you'll receive a 2-year no-charge maintenance plan. You can also save big on 21 Murano with a $4,000 standard cash credit. We have 80 new vehicles in stock ready for delivery during the all-in clear-out. On now at Fowler Nissan, 3620 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
WHL Hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Well, the WHL Cup wrapped up today in the bronze medal game. It was Saskatchewan beating Manitoba 3-2. So the Manitoba WHL club ends up off the podium. Saskatchewan wins the bronze. And then BC, with 3 goals in the third period, to come away with the gold medal at the WHL Cup. They finished with a 5-2 victory over Alberta today. Congratulations to all of those in Red Deer as part of the host committee. Great job. The event looked fantastic from what we saw in our time in Red Deer yesterday. Only one other game in the Western Hockey League tonight, and it is Saskatoon and Regina tied at 1. Sidorov for Saskatoon, Dubinsky for Regina, the goal scorers in that one. As mentioned in the pregame show, Chad Gnidchuk has been suspended for 2 games for his checking to the head major in Red Deer last night. It's the second time he's been suspended this season, so 4-game total. 2 the first time, 2 this time. He will not play tonight or Friday in Prince Albert, as Chad Gnidchuk is now suspended for 2 games. U18 action today. Southwest falling 2-1 to Interlake. Brandon with a 9-1 win over Kenora today. How about that? The Wild, a 4-3 win over Norman. And the Bruins, they fell 6-2 to Parkland today. MJHL action. The only game tonight is a battle of the northern teams. The 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 Wolverines, a 9-2 record on the year. They go into OCN to take on the Blizzard in the lone game in the MJHL. As for the National Hockey League, it's another busy day in the NHL. I'm not sure why it's not uploading, but we've got some NFL scores to run your way. Right now in the fourth quarter, the Rams lead the Lions 25-19. The Eagles, boy, they're just thumping the Raiders thumping the Eagles 33-20 right now. Other final winners from today include the Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans. The Bengals beat up on the Ravens today. The Packers over Washington today. The Giants beat the Panthers 25-3. Falcons over the Dolphins today as well. Patriots with a 54-13 win over the Jets today. Buccaneers 35-3 over the Bears. That's got about 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the Cardinals lead the Texans 24-5 in the fourth quarter. The late game tonight, Sunday Night Football, is the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And then tomorrow, Monday Nighter from Seattle, it's the Saints and the Seahawks at 6:15. So just for 1 second, if we can just wait a minute. For whatever reason, the NHL app is not loading on my phone, so we'll have to pull it up on the computer. Later on tonight, it is the Vegas Golden Knights and the New York Islanders on Sportsnet tonight. Boy, it's been a rough start to the season for the Vegas Golden Knights. They're 1-3 coming into play here tonight. Connor Ingram gets the start for the Nashville Predators, and they've got a 3-0 lead over the Minnesota Wild right now in St. Paul. The Detroit Red Wings are in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks later on today. And there's one game, it's a final, as the Bruins handed the Sharks their first loss of the season, 4-3, the final score there. As for the Bruins, on the board for them, Derek Forbort, Brad Marchand, Jake DeBrusk, and David Pasternak, the goal scorers for the Bruins, as they hand the Sharks their first loss of the season. So that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. Now let's look at what's coming up for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Busy stretch of hockey continues this week with another home-and-home. Brandon will head to Prince Albert on Friday to take on the Raiders. First trip to Prince Albert in quite some time at the Art Hauser Center. So Brandon will head to Prince Albert to take on the Raiders, and then they'll return home Saturday to take on Prince Albert in the annual Halloween game. Halloween hockey there, and then a bit of a strange start to November, because you've got games Friday against Red Deer at home and Saturday in Regina. But then it gets awfully weird because Remembrance Day this year falls on a Thursday. So we've got a Thursday afternoon game followed by a Friday night home game followed by followed by a home game. So it's just a weird Thursday schedule, weird start to the month of November. But anyway, going back to the Halloween hockey game on Saturday, kids who dress up in costume, well, you're free. You don't got to pay for your ticket. So dress up in a costume, come down to the arena. We're going to have indoor safe trick-or-treating at all the Wheat King team store locations and different areas around the arena. We've got specialty themed jerseys we're going to launch this week. Chris Falco's just waiting to pull the trigger on those jerseys that you are going to absolutely love. They will be auctioned off with funds going to the Scare Away Cancer fundraising initiative. And, of course, the Igniter. Cameron Hughes is going to be in the building as well. If you don't know who Cameron Hughes is, check him out on YouTube. He's unbelievable. You've seen him before in Brandon. He is going to have the place absolutely rocking on Saturday night. Tickets available now at the Keystone Center box office. Halloween hockey on Saturday when the Prince Albert Raiders come to town. We'll take a break. Second period is coming up in just about a moment. It's just about a minute's time. A moment? How long is a moment? I don't know. I'd say a minute. 60 seconds. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
all around the province, Manitobans are closing the loop by recycling empty beverage containers. You're doing it at home, at school, and in the workplace. For the efforts you're making, we're giving back by rewarding Manitobans and supporting local businesses, and through the development of programs designed to keep Manitoba's communities clean. Our goal is to collect every container, but we can't do that without you. Help close the loop and recycle everywhere.
This is Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back. Inside the Scotiabank Saddledome, we are set to go. Second period of play here. Brandon with the only goal of the first period. Ridley Gregg, his 5th of the season, unassisted. Just 3.5 seconds to go in that opening period. Your second period tonight brought to you by the Fowler Automotive Group. Brandon will skate from right to left on your radio dial. The Calgary Hitmen from left to right. Cale Zimmerman will step up over center ice along with Ridley Gregg, and we are ready to go. Happy to have you with us here live from the Ed Whalen broadcast booth, high above the ice at the Scotiabank Saddledome. This is Wheat Kings Hockey on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. Here's Mason Ward. He'll play it across for Logan Hammett. Long pass through center, tipped down into the Calgary end. Braden Peters comes out to grab it. He'll just set it up in that trapezoid in behind the Calgary goal. Nolan Ritchie blew a tire as he tried to forecheck. He'll pop back up to his feet, but Hammett's got to regroup. He'll dump it in. Back into the Calgary end. Ridley Gregg will chase after it. In below the goal line, it's played back out to center ice. Bouncing puck. There's a shot into the glove of the goaltender. And that's Carson Bjarnason. He'll hang on for the faceoff. So Brandon with the lead here. First time they've led in the last 3 games. Face-off down to the Brandon end, to the glove side of Carson Bjarnason. Zakar Polshikov on this draw against Riley Fiddler-Schultz. Calgary wins the draw. That shot goes high and wide, up right in front of the net. Weird hop off the end boards. That puck missed the net, hit the end boards, and came bouncing straight up and landed right in the crease. Carson Bjarnason's looking around behind the net going, how the heck did that puck end up in front? Face-off will come to his right now. Face-off controlled here by Calgary again. Long one-timer. That goes wide. Bjarnason's going to poke it into the corner. Manti tries to play this one ahead. Brandon struggled in the face-off circle here tonight as Manti plays this puck along the far wall. He's battling there with Brett Hyland, a couple of Wheat Kings, and a couple of Hitmen just jamming away. Polshikov will steal this puck in front, trying to shovel it to an open wing. There's nobody home. Back around to the near side. Manti bounces it off the boards, but it didn't have enough juice to get out. Now it's tied up here in Sean Chagall's feet. Now Brett Hyland will come away to center ice. Hyland got whacked there and stumbled a moment and lost control of the puck as Calgary regroups. Here's Graydon Sipman with it. He'll play it across for Slaney. Hyland pushes him off the puck. Brandon's in the midst of a line change. Off the bench comes Ben Thornton. This one's flipped in the air. It'll bounce towards the Brandon goal. Vinny Iorio skates onto it. Here's Zach Turner now. Turner, he'll play this one out to center. His pass hit the stick of Tristan Zandy, and he dumps it right back into Brandon territory. Bjarnason quickly around for Ben Thornton over to the far side. He'll slap this one off the wall looking for Ty Zimmer. Zimmer over on the right side, top of the circles. He'll walk in and get a shot away. That's blocked. Into the corner with Thornton, 2-on-2 down below the goal line. Thornton finds the puck along the wall. Zimmer's in a pile underneath there. Now the puck rolls underneath Zimmer. He's trying to get up and get himself in position to play that puck, but Calgary will poke it free and come to center ice. Finley with it down on the far left wing side, racing after Zach Turner. The two of them will collide into the end boards. Turner ends up falling down. The puck's underneath him now. Boy, a couple of weird situations where the puck is laying underneath a Wheat King that's downed. And now the puck is tied up right at the Brandon line. Bit sloppy here to start the second period. Bjarnason a save. He'll kick it to the near side boards. Here's Jacob Hofragi with it. He'll come out to center ice. Hofragi gains the red, dumps this one in. Behind the net, Peters comes out to play it. Brandon completes a line change. Vandalise ahead to center ice. Tipped down into the Brandon end there by Adam Kidd. Bjarnason sweeps it back around to the near side. Vandalise pinching in. Took a bump there, but Jackson Dubé couldn't knock the puck free. Now Logan Hammett quickly in front of his own net. Rylan Roersma now for Bennett. Bennett tries to swing it across. That pass missed. Everything's just off the mark a little bit here to start this second period. Here's Bjarnason in behind the goal. Has to be quick with it around to the far side for Bennett. 3 Wheat Kings out to center ice. Josiah Bennett over on the far wing. Top of the circle. He'll walk in. Gets the shot away into the glove of Peters. And he'll hang on for the face-off down in that Calgary end. Little Sunday afternoon hockey here for you. The Wheat Kings will return home following this game tonight. back out on the road Friday in Prince Albert to take on the Raiders. And back home for a little Halloween hockey on Saturday night. Boy, that should be a fun night. Indoor trick-or-treating. Kids wearing costumes get in for free. You don't need to pay for a ticket. All you got to do is throw a little makeup on. We're going to have prizes for the best costumes. As the puck is played here for Logan Hammett. Of course, we got our theme jerseys, which are going to be a real crowd pleaser. I can't wait till we reveal those ones for the Wheat King fans to see. They are going to be some of the most unique sweaters that you've ever seen the Wheat Kings wear for a special one-night-only event. Picked up here now by the Wheat Kings. They'll start out of their own zone. It's Logan Hammett leading the rush. Hammett ahead to the left wing side. Bennett pulls up, tries to play it across. That pass hopped over the stick of Brett Hyland. And the Calgary Hitmen have time to regroup. They'll start out of their own zone. Stepping up here is Keenan Slaney. Slaney sends it across. Nice pass right there under the tape of 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. Top of the circles. His shot doesn't get through. Blocked before it got to 𝗦arnison. Now Quinn Manti skating onto it near side corner, trying to slap it up the wall for Nolan Ritchie. Kicked free here now by 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶. Top of the circles. He'll walk in. He's got a man backdoor and Kidd, but the pass missed the mark. And the Wheat Kings are able to turn this back up to center ice. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it now. Ritchie gains the red. Dumps it down and in. After it is Pierce. Pierce and Peters collide as Ritchie leaves it to the point now for Vinny Iorio. Here's Iorio with a shot tipped in front right through the goal mouth. And Ridley Gregg deflected that one just wide. Back to the point he goes. Here's Iorio. Lost the handle of it at the blue line. It rolls back out to center. Gregg with it now. He'll wind it back up in front of the penalty timekeeper's box. Long cross-ice pass. There's nobody home. This will be an icing against Brandon as Gregg's pass missed the mark, and we'll get a face-off back inside Wheat King territory. Face-off down to the Brandon end. Allen on the draw. Oliver Tuck will pick this spot, battling there with Pierce on the face-off, and it's a false start, so we'll do it again. Right on the draw, Allen. Ridley Gregg didn't even move on the face-off. Allen knew. And he had all sorts of time to win it cleanly, but it was a false start because one of his wingers had jumped and the linesman was not there to push him back out. So they had to do it again. And they'll do it again here now after a save from 𝗦arnison. That led to another defensive zone faceoff here for Brandon. As mentioned, Calgary won 17 of the 25 first-period faceoffs, and they've done a real good job in the faceoff circle here to start the second period as well. Played back to the point. On it here is 𝗏andeliest. His shot goes just wide. Back into the corner. Vinny Iorio, he lost his stick in the process. Trying to grab a fresh one as the puck will be played off the far wall and down the ice. Here's Nolan Ritchie chasing after it. Peters out to play it as well. Knocked down at center. Played ahead here now for Jackson 𝗏andeliest. Up across the red line. He'll dish off left wing. 𝗏 ran out of room into the corner. Vinny Iorio chasing after it. Picked up there by 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹. Now for 𝗏andeliest out there. The youngster, 16 years old from the NAX Academy, down into the corner for Ridley Gregg. Him and Slaney collide along the inboards. 𝗏andeliest throws his weight around in the corner, trying to grab the loose puck. Picked up here now by Finley. And he's got all sorts of time on the right wing side. Stepping up to center, Zach Turner. Good job reading that play. Chops it back into Calgary territory. 𝗏andeliest came off the bench, tried to force a play, and 𝗦arnison will come out on the dump in. 𝗦arnison quickly rims it around to an open wing here for Ryland Roersma. Nice pass for 𝗏andeliest. He'll step up, gains the red, jumps this puck down towards the zone, got stood up there right at the line, avoided the most of that check from Slaney as the puck's played here for Ryland Roersma. Now for 𝗏andeliest. Two whacks at it at the line. Now the Wheat Kings have got to hurry back. In a foot race there. David Adzinski, left wing side. He ran out of room. Great job by Zach Turner. Kept him to the outside. Heavy hit there. 𝗏andeliest ran into his man on the back check. Now out to center ice. Here comes Jacob Hofrogge. He'll jump up in the rush. He'll run out of room. He was tired. You could just see it. He saw the play developing but thought better of it and decided to dump it in and head to the bench. All five Wheat Kings get fresh up over the boards. Here come the Hitmen again over on the far side. Matt Sutter with it. He coughed it up at the benches. And the puck's played ahead to the open wing now for Ty Zimmer. Zimmer ahead now for Funk. Funk will start out for 𝗏andeliest. He'll dump this one back down into the Brandon end. 𝗏andeliest, an Anaheim Duck draft pick. Played around to the near side. Trey Johnson trying to dig it free. Now a chance for Funk again. Back to the front of the net. Here's 𝗏andeliest, a shot. Stopped by 𝗦arnison. And the rebound's picked free here by Mason Ward. Here's Ward with it on his backhand. He'll rim it around to an open wing. Ben Thornton. Back out now for Logan Hammett. He'll just gain the red. Wants to get it halfway down the ice. Now Trey Johnson. He'll win the foot race. Lost his stick in the process, though. And the puck will be played there as Zimmer fell down. Back out to center ice. Here come the Calgary Hitmen. Evan Toth with it. He'll play this one down in behind the Brandon net now. Manti skates onto it. Manti turned it over. Here's a chance in front for Kidd. He missed the net. Great chance on the rebound, too, but he was tied up there on the back check by Trey Johnson. 1-0 Brandon leads as Bjarnason covers this one up on the end wall. And that should bring us to our immediate timeout. As the Brandon Wheat Kings and Calgary Hitmen, a bit of a sloppy start to this second period here at the Scotiabank Saddledome. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce with the Wheat Kings up 1-0. This is 96.1.
Hey, Mike, did you know Joe Beavers has 15 different flavors of gourmet poutine? I guess you figured it out. Joe Beavers, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center. Wheat Kings season tickets are on sale now. New this season, BWK memberships. This level includes your playoff tickets, plus a free replica 𝗦liche sweater. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
1-0, the Wheat Kings lead as Ridley Gregg's goal with just 3.5 seconds to go in the first period is the only goal of the hockey game so far. That's the 5th goal of the season. And he's gone back to last year. It's a 10-game point streak for Ridley Gregg. 8-game point streak is the longest at any point in his career in one consecutive season. So I guess if you count total, he's at a 10-game, but just this season he's at an 8. That ties a season high, career high for him back in the hub and the year prior. Face-off down to the glove side of Carson Bjarnason. False start on the draw, but they do it again, and Brandon is able to emerge with the puck. Vinny Iorio sends it around for Pierce. He was pushed awkwardly to the boards over on the far side, back out to center. Stepping up is Quinn Manti. Manti trying to drive it in. He ran out of room, and there were 3 Hitmen that converged on him, and the puck will be played off the wall back out to center. Ridley Gregg dumps this one back in. Pierce touches up onside. Galloway with it, right side for Kidd. Kidd takes a bump there from Nolan Ritchie. That jarred the puck loose, but the Hitmen's Cale Zimmerman steps onto it. Here's Zimmerman. He got spilled as he entered the Brandon zone. Kidd calling for it. Down into the corner there along with Oliver Tulk. Here's Tulk. Near side corner. He'll cycle it in behind the net. Iorio's going to skate onto it here for Brandon. In behind the net, Iorio chasing a couple of Hitmen. In behind the goal, forced a turnover. Here's another one, and they score. Miscommunication for Vinny Iorio. He was being pressured from behind, and he coughed the puck up. And David Adazinski will make him pay. And we got ourselves a tie game here. Iorio just tried to walk out of his own zone and had his pocket picked from in behind. And David Adazinski's got his 3rd goal of the season.
Third of the year, scored by number 17, David Adazinski. Assist to number 23, Adam Kidd. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Adazinski is 3rd of the year from Kidd at 7:43.
So there you have it. Adazinski is 3rd from Kidd at 7:43, and it ties this game up at 1. And that is going to be a frustrating video clip for Vinny Iorio to watch on the bus on the way home. I was talking to the guys, Matt Rose with Sportsnet Radio here in the hour-long Hitmen radio pregame show, and he asked what some of the things causing the Wheat Kings troubles here early on, and I would say I told him with the lineup being the way it is, with all the injuries and the guys hurt and away, there's guys trying to do too much, and instead of keeping it simple, they're making that extra toe drag, they're dipsy-doodling and not doing the little things. And that would be a prime example of what just happened on that Calgary goal, as they get another chance, as a great save there by Bjarnason, as racing in and splitting the D there was Zach Funk. I think that case there on that goal against Vinny was just trying to do too much. And he coughed the puck up, and Calgary made him pay. Back to the line, here's a long shot in on goal. Bjarnason watched that one sail wide. Near side, here's Riley Fiddler-Schultz in on the forecheck. Hofroggy knocks this one down. Hoffrog, he'll play this one off the wall, back to the line. The shot high and wide over the Brandon goal. Out to center ice. Here comes Brett Hyland. He'll gain the red. He'll fire this one in. He avoided the check there of Funk. Brandon's going to get a partial line change here as the Hitmen wind it back up at center. Knocked down by Ridley Gregg, but he brought it in offside. And they'll blow this one down. Bennett was just a hair on the wrong side of the blue line, and Ridley Gregg had to slow up, and he couldn't quite get there before the linesman blew it down. Calgary's now taking the lead on the shot clock, 12-10. So the shots are 6-1 here in this second period. Face-off controlled by the Hitmen. They'll dump this one down into the Brandon end. After it goes Logan Hammett, and he'll touch it up for an icing. Face-off down in the Calgary end. Bennett plays this puck to the line. Dubé on it here. Mason Ward fakes the shot. Nice pad save there. Peters on the pump fake from Mason Ward. It might have fooled him just a moment. And that almost created a good scoring chance for Brandon. Now Finley turns his puck over at center as Dubé and Allen over in front of the Brandon benches collide. Dubé out of that reverse check into him. Knocks the puck free. Fourth line out there here for Brandon. Parts of it anyway. Ridley Gregg, the centerman here. Was Taden Trembecki not playing a regular shift here in an AP call-up situation for Brandon. Heward plays his puck to the far corner. Mason Ward trying to pinch down the wall to keep it in, but he couldn't do it. And the puck will come back out to center ice. Played ahead, off the near side boards, and down the ice it goes. Chasing after it there is Trey Johnson. Johnson trying to knock it free. Evan Toth with it. He'll play this one ahead. Here's Finley. Dumps it back. Across the line for Cale Zimmerman. He'll chip it down into the Brandon zone. Iorio goes after it. Nice little reverse there for Manti. Quick one touch ahead, and the Wheat Kings should emerge. Here's Trey Johnson. Lifts this one to an open wing. There's nobody home there as Ty Zimmer chases after it at center. The Hitmen will dump it in. We've reached the midway point of this second period. We're all tied at 1. Shots are 12-10 Calgary. Our shot clock tonight brought to you by the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic. Zimmer was dumped. There's a delayed penalty coming here against the Hitmen. Goaltender's going to go to the bench for the extra attacker. Thornton's going to let the goaltender Peters touch it, and that will be a power play here. It's going to be an interference call. And Brandon will go to their second power play of the night. They're 0 for 1 so far, but an opportunity on the power play here to restore the lead with 9:42 to go in the second period. Faceoff will come down inside the Calgary end. Ridley Gregg, Nolan Ritchie, Ryland Roersma, Zakar Polshikov, and Vinny Iorio on this power play unit for Brandon. Puck is down, controlled by Calgary. Van de Leest will hit the brakes, and he'll go opposite side, knocking it down. Polshikov for a moment, now in a foot race. Here's Sean Chagall with it. Here's Chagall cutting in, stopped by Bjarnason. Rebound back in front, Barney's down. They try to dig it free, and now Polshikov on the back check is able to try and poke that puck to safety. Almost a shorthanded goal against there, but Bjarnason made a great job of staying with that puck. Now out to center ice. Here's Ridley Gregg and Nolan Ritchie into the Calgary zone. Second power play of the night here for Brandon. Ritchie back to the line for Polshikov. Polshikov, little spinorama, stays calm, top of the left wing circle. Gets it in for Ritchie. Back up top by Iorio, far side. In front they go. It's off the end boards. Polshikov can't grab it. Back down the ice it goes. First unit's been out there 40 seconds now. No shots to show for it. They've given up one scoring chance, though. Shorthanded. Brandon's given up 2 shorthanded goals already. There's a turnover from Iorio again. Iorio fell down. Here's Kidd, 2-on-1. Into the front of the net. Bjarnason down. He'll hang on to it for a moment. And Iorio will lay it ahead as the puck rolled free. Here comes Ridley Gregg back the other way. Minute to go here. Ridley Gregg weaving his way in around everybody. Dumps it down into the corner. Ritchie chasing after it. In behind the net. Peters wants to rim it around. Good job there by the Calgary netminder. Got it all the way out to center. Now Logan Hammett with it along the red stripe. He'll curl back into his own zone along with Mason Ward. Good job by the Hitmen here. They've killed a minute 20 of the second penalty they've taken here in this hockey game. Matt Sutter in the box for interference. Here's Hammett with it. He'll play it back for Mason Ward. Ward almost coughed that one up for Sean Chagall. Brandon really struggling here to get anything going on this power play. Logan Hammett plays it across for Taden Trembecki, the young 16-year-old. Little power play time for him. 20 seconds left in this man advantage, but Brandon can't get out of their own zone. Hyland on the back check, in below his own goal line. Puck sits free in behind the net. Hammett's been out there forever, and you can tell he doesn't have much gas left in the tank. Here's Eric Pierce with it. Long cross-ice pass onto the stick of Trembecki. He'll dump it in. Hyland after it. Peters as well. Seconds tick away, and that'll do it. Out of the box comes Sutter, and he's going to grab this loose puck at center ice. Here's Sutter, far side. He just chips it down and in. Brandon's 0 for 2 on the power play here in this hockey game. As the puck's played out to center ice for 𝗦𝗶𝗶 again. He can't handle it. Now Brett Hyland dumps it in. Calgary, the much better team here in the second period. There's a steal. Here's Taden 𝗦𝗏𝗃 and a shot. Stopped by Peters, and a great chance there from the youngster. Down the ice, Hofrogge will get there. It's been a real good period for Calgary. They've gotten back into this hockey game, and so far they've fired 8 shots on goal to Brandon's 3. And an icing call coming here against Brandon. A late call on the icing with 7:03 to go in the second period. Talked about it a little bit at the intermission. The WHL Cup saw Manitoba fall 3-2 to Saskatchewan in the bronze medal game. BC took the gold medal game 5-2 over Alberta. Lots of scouts in attendance there in Red Deer. Right now, Saskatoon leads Regina 2-1. And a quick strike for Calgary right off the faceoff. And it's 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. Weird bounce off the inboards, and we've seen that a couple of times here tonight. The shot went off the inboards and then bounced in front, and 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗃 puts it in. So Brandon now trailing in this hockey game, following the icing right off the face-off. And they've got their first lead of the night. As 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗃, they grab the puck out of the net. It's his first career Western Hockey League goal. Puck is played down back into the Brandon zone again. Brandon kind of fell asleep here in the second period. Not nearly as sharp as they were in the first. They led 1-0 after one. They've given up back-to-back goals. Here's the call.
His first of the year, first in the WHL, scored by number 16, Anton 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋. Assistant number 5, Jackson 𝗏𝗏𝗋, and to number 25, Blake Allen. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 1 second. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗋, his first of the year, first in the WHL, from 𝗏𝗏𝗋 and Allen at 13:01.
So there you have it. A Calgary goal midway through this period puts them up 2-1 as that brings us to our media timeout. Brandon's got to hit the reset button when we return. They've struggled here in this second period. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
Hi, my name is... I live at Street. I am years old. I work at... And my social insurance number is...
When you have TELUS Online Security powered by Norton LifeLock, it's like having a shield for your personal info. Before you share sensitive information online, get protected at TELUS.com/online security. Conditions apply.
Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic is pleased to announce the opening of a third location. With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and adjustments. Call 728-4435 to book your free consultation at any of their 3 locations, Brandon, Carberry, or 𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
So an awkward bounce off the inboards. And the Calgary Hitmen capitalize, and just like that, they've got themselves in front 2-1 here. 6:16 to go in the second period. Face off down in the Calgary end. Bolshakov, Hyland, and Roarsma out there here for Brandon. Bolshakov can't win the draw. It'll roll back in behind the net. Peters, the goaltender, made a big stop just before he went to commercial break on Ridley Gregg. Puck dumped down the ice. Mason Ward will go after it. In below the goal line, a heavy collision there in behind the net. Calgary bench thought that should have been a penalty. That was assistant coach Trent Cassan barking at the officials. Back out to center. Here comes Brett Hyland. He took a bump as he dumps this one in. Peters after it near side. Roarsma trying to dig it free there from 𝗏𝗏𝗋. Rimmed all the way around to the far side. Back to the point it comes. Here's Mason Ward. Pulls, shoots. That one hit Hyland in the back. And there's a penalty coming up here, and it's going to go against Calgary. And it's going to be a slashing call here, and that's going to draw a crowd. Hyland didn't like it. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. But it will be a power play here coming to Brandon, and a chance to tie this game up. The third power play of the night here for the Wheat Kings, with just 5:44 to go in the second period. So Brandon will send out Greg, 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹, 𝗦cie, Roersma, and Iorio. Remember, the Wheat Kings without Chad ञ्यचek tonight, serving game 1 of a 2-game suspension for him. Ridley Gregg on the faceoff, trying to play it back to the line. Here's Sean Chagall with it. Racing after him behind the net, Nolan Ritchie threw his stick in there. That could have been a penalty. Now Ridley Gregg will grab it. Near sideboards, aggressively pursued there by Jackson Vanderleest. He knocked the puck free. Now again to the far side. Calgary doing a good job playing keep away here. Puck is tied up. Roersma in there as well as Ridley Gregg. 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶's wide open in front. If the Wheat Kings can ever get the puck out of the corner, they got a man wide open in front. 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶 realizes this, gets himself ready, and the Calgary Hitmen are just content pinning this along the dasher and getting a whistle here. That killed 28 seconds of time. And we'll get another face-off just inside the Calgary zone. Face-off controlled by the Wheat Kings. Here's Zakar 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶 on the left wing side. His shot missed the net high and wide. Back around for Ridley Gregg. He got pushed off the puck there by Chagall. And there's a penalty coming up to Brandon. And it's going to be a high-sticking penalty to Ridley Gregg, and that's going to negate the penalty here. And we'll send Calgary to a brief 37-second penalty. Power play, rather, when the 4-on-4 situation will come to an end. So Ridley Gregg got his stick up on Sean Chagall. And that negates the power play for Brandon. So we'll play a little 4-on-4 hockey here, and that's actually a double minor to Ridley Gregg. So he drew blood. And so a 4-minute penalty to Ridley Gregg. So we'll play 4-on-4 for a minute 23, and then Calgary will have about a 2-minute and 27-second power play. Calgary wins this face-off. 4-on-4 here. Zimmer on the ice with Hyland to start. Calgary's got possession off the face-off win, which they have been excellent at here tonight. We'll look at the score sheet at the intermission. Puck sits free there for Ty Zimmer, trying to dig it free along with Hyland. Puck's just tied up along the dasher board there. Puck floated to the front of the net. Penalty coming here, and it's going to go against Brandon. Brett Hyland got his stick up, and it's going to be another high-sticking penalty coming to Brett Hyland. And just like that, it's going to be a 4-on-3 situation. And Brandon finding themselves in some penalty trouble here. So we have 4-on-3 power play to start. Just having trouble getting the clock set properly here. 4:46 to go. It's a 2-1 Calgary lead. A defensive blunder from Vinny Iorio led to the tying goal, and then a weird bounce off the end boards for 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. His first Western Hockey League goal. It's not necessarily the prettiest of goals. The shot came off the inboards. He was driving to the net, and he kind of just deflected it in, kind of off his body and into the net. Plenty of discussion going on here just outside the penalty timekeeper's box. Brett Hyland is in the box. And I'm not sure what the issue is here. They're just having trouble getting the penalties up on the board. And it's a second straight double minor. So Brett Hyland's going to go to the box at double minor for high sticking as well. So it's 4-on-3 here. Brandon wins the faceoff. They'll clear this one down the ice. So in 55 seconds, it'll be a 5-on-3 for quite the length of time. Here's Fiddler Schultz with it. Boy, I've never seen that. Back-to-back double minors for high sticking. Calgary will move this puck around. Zimmerman near side. Just good deflection. Circle to the middle he goes, and that puck hops away from 𝗦𝗏 and back out to center ice. So good break there for Brandon. Long change here, though. So this is a very, very big predicament for the Brandon Wheat Kings. It's a 4-on-3 power play for another 17 seconds, and then it'll be a 5-on-3 man advantage. Here's a shot from Zimmerman, blocked by Mason Ward. The Brandon bench likes that, but Wheat Kings are unable to clear. Back into the corner they go, driving in right to the front of the net. It's knocked down by Logan Hammett. A couple of Wheat Kings get slow to get to their feet. Pierce and Mason Ward got crossed up in front. Here's a chance for Calgary to set up on the 5-on-3 as the first penalty's over. Back to the far side for Zimmerman. Back to the top, 𝗦𝗏, right side. One-timer off the goalpost. Great chance there. Back to the far side, Zimmerman. Across now for 𝗬𝗍. 𝗬𝗍 back to the middle. Brandon's killers are absolutely exhausted here now. Here's a shot from Zimmerman that goes up over the net and comes all the way back around to the near side point. Here's 𝗬𝗍 with it now. Back to the middle for 𝗦𝗏. 𝗦𝗏 brought that puck in back to the line. Here's 𝗬𝗍, right side. Bjarnason down to the front of the net. Loose in the paint, they score. So Calgary with a shooting gallery. Just able to work the puck around and get it to the front of the net. And a scramble in the goalmouth leads to Riley Fiddler-Schultz, second of the season. And they will remain on the power play 5-on-3 for another full 2 minutes. Boy, what a turn of events we've seen here in this second period as Calgary brings this one in offside. So that's now the 6th power play goal against for Brandon on this road trip. And it's Riley Fiddler-Schultz, his second of the season.
Calgary Hitmen goal, a power play goal, is second of the year, scored by number 21, Riley Fiddler-Schultz. Assist to number 23, Adam Kidd, and to number 7, Keegan 𝗬𝗍. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 48 seconds. Fiddler-Schultz power play goal is second of the year from Kidd and 𝗬𝗍 at 16:48.
Calgary on the 5-on-3 for another 90 seconds. Here's Tyson Galloway at the point. His pass to the corner, knocked down by Iorio. Back to the point they come. Here's 𝗬𝗍 with it now. 𝗬𝗍 plays it all the way across to the middle of the ice now for Galloway. Galloway in, shoots. He put it wide of the Brandon net. Back around to the point for 𝗬𝗍. 𝗬𝗍 on a rolling puck, trying to settle it down. Back to the middle for Galloway. Far side, off the wall, walking in. There's a shot, doesn't get through. Hit a body in front. That was Allen looking for the redirect, but it hit him in the ankles. Back to the point for Galloway. One-timer coming. It doesn't get through. Good block by Iorio. Loose puck right in the high slot, and Iorio is able to slap this one down the ice, and that'll get a line change here. Minute left, and the penalty to Ridley Gregg. And then there'll be just a little bit of change left on the Brett Hyland tail end of the double minor. Here's Fiddler-Schultz with it. He'll float this one back to the middle. Top of the circles now. A shot on goal. Blocked by Mason Ward. Pierce fresh after being on the ice for the majority of that first half of that penalty. It's cleared here by Ward down the ice. So 30 seconds to go here in the penalty to Ridley Gregg. He'll jump back on the ice here, and then Hyland will be about 26 seconds behind him. Back to the top of the circles. Here's Cale Zimmerman up top. 5-on-3 continues here for Calgary. Back to the top of the circles. 𝗦𝗏, right side, one-timer up and over the Brandon net, and that'll go off the inboards and all the way down the ice. Final 10 seconds of the penalty to Ridley Gregg is set to expire here as Calgary goes back in behind their own net and starts the breakout. Jackson 𝗦𝗏 ahead on the far side for 𝗬𝗎. 𝗬𝗎 drops it off, back to the front of the net, it's knocked down, and into the corner it'll roll as Gregg comes out of the box here. Picked up by Vinny Iorio. He'll try and rim it around, and he does. Down the ice it goes. Gregg's going to chase after it. He's going to get there first. Him and Peters collide. Back to the near side. It'll be cleared off the boards and down the ice. Final 10 seconds of Hyland's penalty now, and it's an icing call against Calgary. So the Hitmen get one. On the 5-on-3. Back-to-back double minors for high sticking. Final 10 of Highland's penalty. Ridley Gregg in behind the net on the forecheck. Here's Calgary with it. They'll try and start out. Here's Van de Leest in behind his own net. He'll hit the brakes there as Peters tried to run a little interference on Ridley Gregg. Now Highland's into the box, so 1 for 3 Calgary on that 5-on-3. But here's a play in behind the defense and a good puck pursuit there. Loose in front, they bang away at it. Good job by Calgary, as nobody knew where the puck was, but 2 hitmen did, and they raced in on a partial 2-on-0. Here's Rylan Roersma. He'll flip this one. Not a chance to get out, as Roersma's got a second attempt here. Final 20 seconds of this second period. It's been a period to forget for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Just 4 shots on goal for Brandon. 15 shots on goal for Calgary, and they've stormed back with 3 straight unanswered goals to take a 3-1 lead here. Now, granted, that penalty kill could have gone a lot worse. Back-to-back double minors. Wheat Kings did a good job to kill off virtually all of them. Gave up the 1 power play goal, but I think he'll take that, though, when you consider how long you were shorthanded with 2 big, important penalty killers in the box in Highland and Ridley Gregg. Here's a loose puck at the side of the Brandon goal. It's knocked down there by Kidd as the buzzer sounds. That brings about the end of 40 minutes of play. So 15 shots in that second period for Calgary. Brings them to 21 on the hockey game. Brandon with 4 shots in that second period. That's a 2-period total of 13. So no scoring for Brandon, but 3 straight unanswered goals for the Calgary Hitmen in that second period, including one of them on a 5-on-3. Puts them ahead 3-1 at the break. We'll step out. When we come back, we'll recap it for you. We'll look at the face-off battle, which is pretty one-sided at this point. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96-1, Wheat Kings trail 3-1. Stay with us.
The factory-authorized clear-out is in full swing, and we're also having a construction sale during our current renovations at Fowler Hyundai. Stop by to see the changes and get in on clear-out deals like a 21 Kona all-wheel drive starting at $79 weekly, or a 21 Tucson from only $97 weekly. Hurry in, the 2021 models are clearing out fast, so get them before they're gone during our factory-authorized clear-out and construction sale at Fowler Hyundai, 3900 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic is pleased to announce the opening of a 3rd location. With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and adjustments. Call 728-4435 to book your free consultation at any of their 3 locations, Brandon, Carberry, or 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹.
Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub, the place to be before and after every Wheat Kings game. 15 flavors of poutine, a full draft beer menu, and dozens of big screens to catch up on all the action. Joe Beaver's, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
WHL Hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. It's a 3-1 lead for the Calgary Hitmen over the Brandon Wheat Kings through 40 minutes of play. Here's how we got to this point. Ridley Gregg actually opened the scoring for Brandon with just 3.5 seconds to go in that first period, unassisted at 19:57. Brandon led on the shot clock 9-6 after 1. In the second, it was Calgary that got on the board early, and it was David Adazinski, his 3rd of the year, after Vinny Ario coughed the puck up from behind his own goal. Kidd picks up the assist to tie the game up at 1. 6 minutes later, it was Anton 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 who got a lucky bounce off the end boards. The point shot hit the puck board behind the goaltender, bounced up in the air, and 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 basically just kind of plowed it into the net. Van de Leest and Allen pick up the assists on that goal, and then Brandon ran into some penalty trouble for the simple fact that they got back-to-back double minors for high sticking to Ridley Gregg and Brett Hyland. That led to a long 5-on-3, and Riley Fidler-Schultz was able to capitalize his 2nd of the season from Kidd and Slaney. That gave Calgary the 3-1 lead. Heavy shot lead in that second period for Calgary, 15-4 on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock. 21-13 are the shots through 40 minutes of play. Face-off wins in that second period, 14 for Calgary, 9 for Brandon. The face-offs are 31-17 right now in favor of the Hitmen. And officially on the score sheet, Brandon's 0 for 3 on the power play. Calgary's 1 for 5 on the man advantage. So that is your scoring summary here through 40 minutes of play. When we come back, we'll hear the rest of the interview with 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗶 and Sam.
So you want to make the best burger ever? Then make it. That means selling everything. And eating nothing but cheese till you find the perfect slice. Even if everyone asks you, another burger truck? Don't listen to them. That means cooking day and night until you got paid. That means adding people to the payroll. Hi, Mom. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and cash flow.
He's been really good since the draft, but last year was not a good one for him.
Yeah, that's a great case in point. And it's funny because I put him at the end of the first round, and when I went back and looked at it, I said, well, why? Like, what's the impetus for doing this? And then it was really what the impetus was, Guy, is a lot like 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. You look at some of these Finnish players that play for the World Juniors as double underagers. You think that they're going to be lights out, that they're going to continue on that progression. And sometimes, like in 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹's case, it just doesn't happen, or it takes longer than we expected or as fans want it to.
Is there a goaltender this year that could be first round eligible or potential caliber for that high? In the last 3 or 4 drafts, we've seen a guy be taken, and there were 2 last year who were taken in the first round. Is there one this year that seems to be clearly ahead of the pack?
I still think we have a little bit of that uncertainty based on, okay, well, we know players are playing this year in what looks to be a full season and what we project to be a full season. And so we get their draft year to be able to say, yeah, we saw them for a whole season. But there's still some of that uncertainty with less track record, no under 17s, no 𝗦liche for some of the players, the Canadian players especially. And so you wonder about if that track record is going to have an impact, because you like to build a book from a young age, whether it's the under 17s and then you go to 𝗦liche, then you go to under 18 Worlds, and then you have a regular season as a 16-year-old in the books already. Well, for some of these guys, that hasn't happened. So when you look at the goaltending position, it makes me think that teams are more apt to go down that road because they already come as an uncertain package. So why not stick with that uncertainty at a position that's super, super important? So who's that guy? Is it Ty Brennan? Not off to a great start. Is it going to be maybe an 0-3 or maybe even an 0-2 guy who steps up and has a lights out year where there might be some book on an 0-2 from his 16-year-old year, and you followed him and you've seen him progress and those sort of things. So right now, I mean, Brendan, I have him at the bottom of my list. He'll probably be taken off when we do our rankings again next month. And I don't know if I see a goaltender, coming up in that spot in the first round right now.
Last question for me, Sam. You mentioned 0-2s and 0-3s. Is it unreasonable to think there'll be more than the normal overage player being taken in the draft this year just because of all the COVID stuff everyone's dealt with the last 18, 20 months?
Well, I don't think there's any question we're going to see more of that. And it's funny, I had a conversation with a scout yesterday who said, and I asked him, I said, if I'm looking at this 0-3 group, are you just focusing on those players from Ontario because they didn't play?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, we're focused on the entire 0-3 group. You can't really sleep on anyone. So unlike most years, as a scout, you go in and you watch someone who's in their first year of draft eligibility, and then someone might catch your eye who's younger or maybe even a year older, and you're like, okay, well, I'll make some notes on this guy. Well, it's not like that. It's you go in with your list of 0-4s, and you also go in with a list of 0-3s when you're going to watch games. And so you have to be mindful of that. You don't want to let anyone slip under the cracks. But I do think this draft will still provide some late round steals because of some of those reentry players.
I like it. I think it's great that scouts seem more apt to kind of look at guys who they passed over in the past, and I think they got good reason to be considering those 18, 19-year-olds this year. But I like it. Late bloomers. That's some of those guys really pan out. So for me, I like it.
I love it too. And you know what? I think it should give hope to a lot of the kids out there who listen to the show or follow the draft and maybe are upset that they never got drafted, that maybe this year more than any other year, you should hold out hope that can happen for you this season.
Barrie Colts and Ottawa 67s this weekend, right, Sam?
Yeah, really looking forward to being in the rink for that one. I can't tell you how excited. It's March of 2020 was the last time I was in a rink to call a game, so I'm pretty pumped.
This was excellent. Thanks again, Sam. I really appreciate any time you make time for the Pipeline Show.
Okay, Guy, always a pleasure to be on with you, and best of luck with you and your work with the Kings.
Sam Cosentino from Sportsnet and doing those CHL games on CBC as well. And I know that the rights to the CHL games it's going to be on TSN here after the CBC games, I believe. And I'm not sure if that's all hammered out exactly who's going to be on the broadcast and stuff, but if there was a way to have Sam, whether it's from Sportsnet to TSN to do those games, or if it was only to do those games, whatever the case, it just seems like CHL hockey on TV and Sam Cosentino, they go hand in hand, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. And when he said good luck with the Kings, he was talking about the Edmonton Oil Kings. No, I'm not going to work with the LA Kings or something like that. I'm doing color again for the Edmonton Oil Kings, which you can hear on oilkings.ca. Andrew Peard has the play-by-play, and I handle the color analyst duties here in Edmonton for the home games and those down in Red Deer as well. So that's been a lot of fun so far this season. All right, next up on the Pipeline Show, we're going to the state of New York and to a university that, doesn't get a lot of attention. And so I want
Guy Flaming and the Pipeline Show, longtime friends of the show here on the Wheat King radio broadcasts, and certainly you can find them anywhere at the Pipeline Show. One of the best junior hockey follows in regards to podcasts in Canada. They talk about everything right from Western Hockey League to NCAA to Junior A to AAA action. They cover it all. Guy Flaming, a longtime friend of the show, happy to bring us some intermission content, as he tends to do on a week-to-week basis here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1. We're through 40 minutes of play, and it is a bit of a downhill slide in that second period. The Calgary Hitmen getting 3 unanswered goals, and all of them probably could have been avoided in the grand scheme of things. David 𝗦cije, his third of the season, coming on a turnover from Vinny Iori, who is just trying to do too much on that play. That's certainly going to be kicking himself for that one. And then Anton 𝗦cije gets his first. That was just a goofy play off the end boards. I don't necessarily blame the goaltender on that one. Point shot came, hit the end boards, bounced right back in front, and he was able to beat the goaltender Bjarnason on the short side. Vandalise now and pick up the.
So you want to make the best burger ever? Then make it. That means selling everything. And eating nothing but cheese till you find the perfect slice. Even if everyone asks you, "Another burger truck?" Don't listen to them. That means cooking day and night until you get, you got paid. That means adding people to the payroll. Hi, Mom. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and cash flow.
Come back, we'll take a look around the world of sports on our out-of-town scoreboard. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub, the place to be before and after every Wheat Kings game. 15 flavors of poutine, a full draft beer menu, and dozens of big screens to catch up on all the action. Joe Beaver's, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
Take your next trip with Compass Coach Lines, Brandon's only luxury coach line. Superior service doesn't have to be expensive. Compass Coach Lines, it's all about the drive. Visit compasscoachlines.com to book today.
Wheat Kings season tickets are on sale now. Seats as low as $17.61 per game. Lock in your seat for the hottest ticket in town. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Well, at the WHL Cup, unfortunately for Manitoba, they ended up on the wrong side of a 3-2 score in the bronze medal game. Saskatchewan getting the 3-2 victory today. Manitoba did outshoot Saskatchewan 33-26, but they were only 1 for 6 on the power play. So Saskatchewan takes home the bronze medal at the WHL Cup, and at the gold medal final, it was BC 5, Alberta 2. BC with 3 goals in the third period to come away with the victory there. So congratulations to Team BC And all of the participants in the WHL Cup, including Team Manitoba and our good friends Compass Coach Lines, Dave Anning and his crew, getting them here safely. Safe travels home, everybody, from Red Deer, as another great event held in one of the best junior facilities. We talked about it earlier. Tip of the cap to all of the organizers at that WHL Cup. That'd be a lovely tournament to host in Brandon, I think. I mean, why wouldn't you? You look at the best bantam age players from around Western Canada coming to Brandon. I think that'd be a great tournament to host, especially with the new arena being close to completion. You could really have a couple of games a day, one at the big rink, one at the other rink. It'd be a great city and a great chance to welcome those in. So maybe it's something to be thinking about for the future. 2 games in the Western Hockey League today. The only other one is Saskatoon and Regina right now. And through 40 minutes, the Blades have a 3-1 lead over the Pats. Sidorov, Lisowski, and Robbins, the goal scorers for the Blades. Cole Dubinsky is the lone goal scorer for the Regina Pats. U18 finals from today. Southwest fell 2-1 to Interlake. Brandon, a 9-1 win over Kenora. The Wild 4-3 over Norman. Parkland 6-2 over the Bruins today. Manitoba Junior Hockey League action. There's only one game, and it's not going to start for another 15 minutes or so. WHL is in OCN tonight. National Hockey League, the Preds with a 5-2 lead over the Wild right now. Scoring in that one, Roman 𝗦ci, Ryan Johansson with a pair. 𝗦ci with another one. Tanner Janot, former Moose Jaw Warrior, scoring as well. Detroit and Chicago, they're tied at 1 right now. Tyler Johnson scoring for the Chicago Blackhawks. And then the late game tonight is the Islanders and the Golden Knights. Boy, Vegas has really struggled out of the gate. They're 1 for 3 so far on the season. The Islanders 2-1 on the year. The early game, the Bruins beat the Sharks 4-3. That was your final. The Sharks taking their first loss of the season. Bruins moved to 3-1. Marchand, Forbort, Pasternak, and DeBrusk scoring for the Bruins in that one. National Football League today. Every game is a final except for the Sunday nighter. That's the Colts and the 49ers coming up later on tonight. The Monday nighter tomorrow is the Saints and the Seahawks. Cardinals beat up on Houston 31-5. Tampa over the Chicago Bears 36-3. The Rams over the Lions 28-19. Raiders beat the Eagles 33-22. How about New England today? 54-13 victory over the Jets today. Unbelievable. Falcons over the Dolphins just barely 30-28. Giants over the Panthers 25-3. Bengals, they beat the Ravens 41-17. Packers over Washington 24-10. Titans beat the Chiefs 27-3 today. So, once again, your late night game tonight. Well, I guess not late night. Depends where you're watching. It is the Colts and the 49ers. Sunday night football, and then tomorrow it's the Saints and the Seahawks. So that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. Here's what's coming up for the Brandon Wheat Kings this week. They'll get back on the bus and head home here tonight. Week of practice, and then back on the road Friday, kicking off a weekend home and home with the Prince Albert Raiders. And, of course, that will bring upon Halloween hockey on Saturday night. Kids that are wearing a costume get into the game for free. All you got to do is have a costume. If you're under 18, throw on a costume, come to the game for free. You can enjoy safe indoor trick-or-treating at the Keystone Center. We'll have kiosks at all 3 Wheat King store locations and around the concourse, so kids can come. I know it's not necessarily Halloween, but it's the day before, and with Halloween being on a Sunday, people are wondering, are we going to go trick-or-treating or we're not? With COVID, do we go trick-or-treating or not? Bring them to the rink. Candy available all around the rink. We're going to have some special Halloween specials for drinks as well. Cameron Hughes, the fan igniter, he'll be there Saturday night. He's one of the best in the biz at getting crowds engaged. He'll be in the building on Saturday night for his show, when you can check him out on YouTube. And then what else we got going on? Special theme jerseys as well, presented by Fowler Nissan. They will be auctioned off in support of the Scare Away Cancer Fund. And that will be throughout the game at all 3 entrances, as we've normally seen for our in-house jersey auctions. They are sweet. I can't wait to see the fan reaction when they are unveiled later this week. Halloween hockey coming up Saturday when the Prince Albert Raiders come to town. Tickets are on sale now at the Keystone Center box office. Kids get in for free if they've got a costume. That's all you need to know. Bring them for some safe trick-or-treating at Westover Place. We'll take a break. When we come back, third period, Wheat Kings in a hole, down 3-1 to Calgary. Here at Scotiabank Saddledome, you're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
All around the province, Manitobans are closing the loop by recycling empty beverage containers. You're doing it at home, at school, and in the workplace. For the efforts you're making, we're giving back by rewarding Manitobans and supporting local businesses. And through the development of programs designed to keep Manitoba's communities clean. Our goal is to collect every container, but we can't do that without you. help close the loop, and recycle everywhere.
Hey, Mike, did you know Joe Beavers has 15 different flavors of gourmet poutine? I guess you figured it out. Joe Beavers, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
Brandon Wheat Kings hockey on Bounce 96.1.
We're ready to go. Third period here at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Brandon from left to right, Calgary from right to left. Wheat Kings find themselves in a hole. Don McGovern shuffled the deck here a little bit. It'll be Pierce, Ritchie, and Craig to start. Ward and Hammett on the back end. 3-1 Calgary leads. 3 unanswered goals for the Hitmen in that second period. Adazinski, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, and Fiddler Schultz. 3 of the most difficult names on the Calgary Hitmen roster to say as a radio guy, and all 3 of them have scored here in this hockey game. Here's Logan Hammett defensively in behind his net for Mason Ward. The 19-year-old defenseman plays this one up an open wing. It's knocked down. Gets his own rebound, though, off the boards and sends it to center for Nolan Ritchie. Here's Ritchie. He'll slap this one down into the Calgary end. Goaltender Peters out to play it. That'll go the length of the ice. This will be an icing call against Braden Peters, the goaltender who came out and played that and got a little too much on it. Sent it down the ice. Fans watching at home might notice a familiar face. Well, it's hard to tell with a mask on that Calgary bench. Longtime Calgary Flame Matt Stajan has joined the Calgary Flames as a assistant coach. Face off down to the blocker side of Braden Peters now. Face-off controlled by Brandon. Here's Ridley Gregg. Back to the point he comes. Dumps it off. Here's a chance for Mason Ward. He tries to go backdoor to Nolan Ritchie, but the pass didn't have enough mustard on it. And it was deflected up over the glass and out of play. Face-off will be moved to the other side. Left side of the Calgary net. Braden Peters peeking over his shoulder. Face-off controlled by 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. Back to the line. Here's Manti to the middle for Iorio. Couldn't get the one-timer. It was in his feet, so he dumps it in behind the net. Here's Brett Hyland. He'll rim it around all the way back out to center ice. Iorio will chase after it. This will be a third straight icing here by the Calgary Hitmen. Face off to the blocker's side of Braden Peters now. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 on the draw. And he wins this one. Rolls right to the line and back out to center ice, though, as got a little too much on it. Now Iorio will have to backpedal into his own zone. Here's Quinn Manti with it. Manti quickly ahead. Knocked down there by Funk. He'll play it back in. Here's Fiddler Schultz. Dumps it off left side. Chagall. He'll carry it down into Brandon zone. Iorio cuts him off. He'll play it in behind the net now for Manti. Here's Quinn Manti. He'll step up and fire this one to center. Rylan Roarsma can't handle it. Now an icing that is waved off as it deflected towards the goal. Brett Hyland in on the forecheck here for Brandon. Now Roarsma with it as 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 goes to the net. Here's Brett Hyland. Sweeps it off to the point now for Hofragi. His shot doesn't get through. It's blocked, and they'll roll back out to center ice. Brandon trying to get a line change in here. It'll be chipped down the ice and in behind the goal. Peters will play it. Now Zimmer skates onto it, far side wing. He's the only Wheat King in the offensive zone. Everyone else is changing. Back to the line. Here's Zach Turner. A shot that goes off a skate and in towards the goaltender Peters, who's just going to reach out, throw a glove on it, and hang on for the face-off. Face-off controlled here by Calgary in their own defensive zone. They'll push this puck up the wall. Tristan Zandy with it. He's pushed off the puck there by Zimmer. Zandy and Zimmer will battle near sideboards. Now the puck rimmed around for Zach Turner over on the far side. Turner had it caught up in his feet. Hofragi and Zandy battling. Turner in there trying to help out as well. Finley now for Calgary. Pushed off the puck there by Turner. Swatted up the wall for Trey Johnson. It'll come to center ice. Ben Thornton and Ty Zimmer with it. Here's Zimmer trying to drag this one in. It got rolled off his stick. Back out the other way. Here comes Calgary. Here's Toth with it. Near side wing. Stick checked away from him by Mason Ward. In behind the net now for Logan Hammett. Hammett will step up and start out to center ice. Hammett looks for an outlet pass. Doesn't have one. Now for Zimmer left side. He's got Thornton with him. Zimmer's at the end of his shift, so he dumps it in. Peters will rim it around. Brandon's changing, so Zandy's got some time. He's at the end of a long shift as well, but he'll dump it in on the forecheck for Calgary. Now it's Tulk back to the line. Long shot blocked there by Dubé as Hammett races out trying to get this one to clear. It goes off a skate and out into the crowd over on the far side. And we'll get a whistle here. Face off to the Brandon goaltender's left. Bjarnason is
So you want to make the best burger ever? Then make it. That means selling everything. And eating nothing but cheese till you find the perfect slice. Even if everyone asks you, "Another burger truck?" Don't listen to them. That means cooking day and night until you got paid. That means adding people to the payroll. Hi, Mom. That means best burger ever.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful with payments, payroll, and cash flow.
Face off down in that Brandon end. Slow start here to this third period. On the draw for Calgary's the 20-year-old Cale Zimmerman against Ridley Gregg. Gregg wins it. Ward will play it ahead. Here's Eric Pierce with it, trying to poke this puck out to center ice. Gets flipped over his head and back down into Brandon territory. Logan Hammett, nice reverse for Ward. In that trapezoid behind the Brandon net. Ward's pass far side, Nolan Ritchie. Now cross ice for Ridley Gregg. Takes it off the hop, falls down in the process. And now the Hitmen will have a chance to clear, and they will. Off the boards, out to center. Vinny Iorio, he'll regroup, circling in his own zone. Dishes off for Mason Ward. The two of them get crossed up in behind the Brandon net. Ward out for Vinny Iorio. Long cross ice pass onto the skates of Ridley Gregg. He'll kick it down into the Calgary end, and Slaney will start back the other way. Good steal at center there by Pierce as he dumps the puck down the near side wall. He gets his stick in there. That could have been a penalty, and it will be, as Pierce threw that stick out parallel to the ice, and Calgary's going to get their 6th power play of the night here. As Eric Pierce is going to go to the box, and it's going to be a hooking call. And just as I predicted, and most hockey fans can, when that stick gets parallel to the ice and into that hands area, it is pretty much a penalty every time. Face off to the blocker side of Carson Bjarnason. At the line, here's Jackson Vandeleest with it, though. Vandeleest. Little give and go with Zimmerman. Power play here for Calgary. A shot blocked by Iorio into the corner. Iorio slaps this one off the wall. Played there to the top of the circles. Now walking right to the front of the net. There's a shot stop by Bjarnason. He'll hang on, and a good shot from Riley Fiddler-Schultz. Thwarted there by Bjarnason. Fiddler-Schultz on the draw here again. Calgary's power play. They've got a minute 46 to work with here. Puck around to the near side. It's rimmed over to the far wing for Rylan Rorsma. Rorsma trying to get it out. Can't do it. Back to the top of the circles. Here's Zimmerman with it. Walking in. Polshikov trying to keep him to the outside. Back down to the top of the circles. Vandeleest over to the far wing. Back up top. Here's Vandeleest. Far side. Polshikov trying to keep him to the outside. Back to the front of the net they go. Zimmerman, and a good stick by Rorsma. They're going to push this one up the ice. Here's Rorsma with it. He's got Polshikov with him up across the line. Here's Rorsma, and he can't get the puck to the front of the net, but the Wheat Kings have got to be careful here. They got 3 guys deep in the Calgary end. 2 of them are going to head for a line change as Calgary's power play continues here. Good stick by Mason Ward. Floats this one back into Calgary territory. Minute 5 to go here in this penalty. Eric Pierce gone for hooking. Here come the Hitmen. Back up on the left wing side for Funk. He'll try and drive it in. Knocked down. Loose in front. And Allen almost snapped that one past Bjarnason, who wasn't quite ready for it. Here's Galloway at the point. Galloway knocked down there by Brent Highland. Kept in, though. Slaney left side. Back to the point for Galloway. Far side they go now. Top of the circles. Now they fire it down low. In below the goal line. Zach Funk. Left side Slaney. Holds. Waits. No shot. There it comes. Bjarnason the save. Back behind the net. Iorio has it in his feet. Trying to chop it out. Grabbed here by the Hitmen. They'll hold it in. Long shot coming from the point. That doesn't get through. Hits a leg. And it'll go up over the glass and out of play with 25 seconds left in the penalty to Eric Pierce. (3-1) Calgary leads here in the third period. 14:38 to go. Power play continues here for another 20 seconds. They'll play this one to the line. Good stick there by Roersma, but he couldn't clear. Second attempt he will, though, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏 uses his glove to swat this one out to center ice. Final 10 of this Calgary power play. It's their 6th one of the night. They'll be 1 for 6 on the man advantage. Here's 𝗏𝗏𝗏 walking in off the line. A shot, he scores! 𝗏𝗏𝗏, his first Western Hockey League goal. And it comes as a short-handed marker. As he snaps one past Peters. And how about that? 1 game, 1 goal. And he snaps it short side. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 cuts the lead to 1 with a short-handed marker at 14:13 of this third period, and the Wheat Kings are right back in it. Pierce is going to step out of the box in 1 second. And we're back to 5-on-5.
Brandon goal, a short-handed goal. It's first of the year, scored by number 71, 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 47 seconds. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, short-handed, his first of the year, unassisted at 5:47.
So there you have it. 𝗏𝗏𝗏's first Western Hockey League goal as he snaps one short side on Peters and cuts the lead to 1 here. Brandon's got a bit of life now on their bench as Finley fires this one towards the goal. Back around for 𝗦cije near side, knocked down by Mason Ward, and he'll regroup for Brandon in behind his own net. Here's Ward with it now, lumbering his way to center ice. His pass doesn't work. Second attempt for Zimmer, and their Brandon Wheat Kings are offside. There is a penalty coming up here, and it's going to go against Calgary. I think it's an interference call, and we'll sort it out when we come back from our media timeout. 𝗏𝗏𝗏's on the board as the Calgary Hitmen still lead by 1, but they're going to the box. Brandon to the power play. Next on 96.1, Brandon's Bounce.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. Since the pandemic, life has changed for all of us. 25% of us are consuming more alcohol and cannabis. Even though we're stuck at home, police are seeing an increase in impaired driving charges and the devastation that goes with it. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired and to encourage your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
A message from Jamie Lynn Hancock of MAD Canada.
Wheat Kings season tickets are on sale now. New this season, BWK memberships. This level includes your playoff tickets, plus a free replica stealth sweater. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
WHL Hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Great opportunity here for the Brandon Wheat Kings on the power play in the box. Zach Funk gone for interference. Brandon's cut the lead to 1. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 has got them to within 1 with a short-handed marker. His first Western Hockey League goal here in his first Western Hockey League game. And he's out of the power play here, along with Ridley Gregg, Roersma, Nolan Ritchie, and Vinny Iorio. Face-off control here by the Wheat Kings. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 back to the front of the net he goes. His pass is knocked down. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 left it there for Ryland Roersma, but it's knocked down and cleared all the way down the ice. So Brandon's got to go all 200 feet here. Bjarnason will leave it to an open wing for Ridley Gregg. He'll wind it back up. Gregg with speed, dumps it off. Here's Vinny Iorio, right side now for Ritchie. Gregg with speed, far side. Thrown towards the goal by Ritchie. They'll settle it down now. Here's a chance for the front of the net for Ryland Roersma, but it's poked off his stick. Now in behind the net, the Hitmen have the loose puck. And they'll float this one the length of the ice once again. The 4th power play of the night here for Brandon. They're 0 for 3 so far. They're 1 for 15 on this road trip. Here's Nolan Ritchie. Can't handle the pass near sideboards, but he collects it along the wall. Spins off the check in the corner. Back it comes to the near side. Ridley Gregg now to the side of the goal. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 standing back door, kind of leaking in from the point. Here's Gregg with it. Runs out of room. Now for Vinny Iorio. He's got an open man in 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Back to the near side for Gregg to the front of the net. That doesn't work. Gregg will spin it off the wall back to the point. Can Iorio get there? He can't. And it'll roll down the ice. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is the last man back along with Bjarnason. He's got to be careful with it. He'll rim it around to the near side for Iorio. 45 seconds to go. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 wants to get to the bench for a line change here as Zimmer steps up right side. Here's Zimmer. Curls back. Can't handle it. The Hitmen will come to center again. Hitmen have done a great job on the penalty kill so far. Long dump there. Bjarnason had to be careful. Here's Hammett. Plays it across for Mason Ward. Out to center ice. 30 seconds left in this power play. Brandon trying to tie the game up. Here's Mason Ward, and he's offside at the line. Not a good look for the Brandon power play early on here. Not able to get anything going. But a great goal from 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 to cut the lead to 1, a shorthanded marker. Power play with 27 seconds left in it. Brandon's 0 for 3. This power play has not been very good here on this road trip. As Brett Hyland tries to cut to the net, he lost his helmet in the process. He's got to head to the Brandon bench. Back to the near side boards. Good job by Hammett to hold it in. Here's a chance for Zimmer near side. He'll float it to the front of the net, and Hammett was pinching in from the point, but he could not get that stick to settle that puck down. Now back to the front of the net he goes. On it here is Mason Ward. Into the corner. Here's Ben Thornton. Penalty coming to an end. Pass to Zimmer doesn't work. Ward back at the line again, far side. He'll drag it through the traffic. End to the side of the goal. His shot blocked. That hit a man up high. And I think that got 𝗦ndeli's in the helmet as he heads to the Calgary bench. That one, I'm not sure how that got upstairs in such a hurry, but here come the Hitmen the other way. They've killed off the penalty. Brandon's 0 for 4 tonight. They're 1 for 16 here on this road trip. Here's a chance right to the front of the net. Bjarnason down. He made a big save as the puck is cleared off the boards and down the ice. Close call there. Back in on the attack. Ridley Gregg forced the turnover. Here's Gregg. He's got 𝗦ndeli's off the bench. Gregg all the way around looking for an opening. In behind the net, circling the water down in Calgary territory. Iorio back across the grain. 𝗦ragi is shot high and wide. Back around to the near side. 𝗦ndeli chasing it down. Trying to keep this play alive for Brandon. 𝗦ndeli and Ridley Gregg out there. Into the corner. Gregg chasing after it. Heavy hit there. As the Hitmen grab possession, they'll fire this one down the ice. This will be an icing call against Calgary that they wave off as Bjarnason came out to play it. I don't think he realized it was going to be an icing. And the puck will be played out to center ice for 𝗦ndeli. Now bouncing in the feet of Ridley Gregg. Right side, 𝗦ndeli. 𝗦ndeli across the grain looking for Ritchie. It'll bounce wide of the Calgary goal. Here's 𝗦ndeli for 𝗦ndeli. Near side now for Iorio. He'll wind and fire. That doesn't get through. It's blocked in front. Iorio's stick broke in the process. And the puck will be played to the near sideboards. Ritchie kept it alive. Down for Ridley Gregg in the corner. End of a long shift here. Ridley Gregg to the front of the net for Ritchie. That pass doesn't connect. And back out to center. Here come the Wheat Kings. Mason Ward. He's got to catch some breath here, as a couple of guys want to get to the bench on a line change, so Ward's got to be careful. He'll weave his way through center, gain the red, and try and get it in deep. It hit Roarsman in the skates, though, and the bouncing puck will be played to the slot. Here's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He tried to pull the trigger, but it was poked off his stick at the last second. Pace is picking up here. Third period. Less than 9 to go. Off the wall, Quinn Manti slapped it around in behind the goal. Centering pass picked off. Out to center comes 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He'll play it ahead for Roarsman. Turned back the other way by Calgary. In behind the net, Manti with it. In behind the Brandon net, far wall, Hyland, 2 whacks, 3 whacks. Now he gets it out, and the Hitmen will regroup inside their own line. Picked up here now by Mason Ward for Ryland Roarsma. Roarsma steps up. His pass across for Manti. Down into the Calgary zone. After it, in on the forecheck, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will chase after it, trying to knock this one down. Played here right side, Fiddler Schultz. He'll dump it in. Shots are 26-15 Calgary on our Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock. At center, here's Ryland Roarsma. He'll dump this one in. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, end of a long shift, though. He'll provide a little bit of forecheck here. Throws his weight around in the corner, trying to knock the puck free, and does. Out to center here for Hammett. End of a long shift for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He'll be the last guy to change here. Back out at center. Hitman will throw it in. Iorio stopped up at his own blue line. Played it ahead for Josiah Bennett. Here's Iorio. Across he goes for Hammett. He'll step up, gain the red line, and fire it in deep. Boy, Brett Hyland lost his helmet about 3 shifts ago, and there's still lane there down in the Calgary end. We haven't had a whistle. Luckily, Scott Halady keeps an extra helmet on that Brandon bench, and he was back out for his next shift. Iorio chips his puck down the wall into the corner, skates onto it. Sharp angle shot doesn't work. Back near side wall for Sean Chagall, the Anaheim Duck prospect. Plays it back out to center ice. Mason Ward got tripped up there. Here come the Hitmen. 2-on-1, and Iorio with a good back check takes it away from Kidd. Here's Dubé off the wall, back out to center. Chasing after it there is Eric Pierce. Brandon's in the midst of a line change again. Here's Cale Zimmerman. Top of the near side circle. Spins, lays it into the corner. Behind the net for Kidd. He's locked up there with 𝗏ragi. Up the wall it comes. Now a chance for Ben Thornton. He'll come to center with Trey Johnson. Thornton right side trying to bust his way in to the front of the net. Stopped by Peters. And he'll hang on for the faceoff with 7:38 to go here in this third period. And now some pushing and shoving after that play. The side of the Calgary goal. So Brandon's within one here. But time is working against them. They're being outshot 26-16 in the process. Shot clock tonight brought to you by the Kyle Ryan Ditcher Clinic. Face-off controlled there by the Hitmen. They'll play this puck in behind their own net. Off the near side boards, back to the line it comes. Calgary will come out to center ice. Dumped in behind the goal. It'll be rimmed around. Zimmer will go after it far side, but it's offside. And I'm not sure why they blew this one down. Some confusion on the ice as to what the call should be. They're going to say it's offside. Linesman 𝗦nci𝗰𝗶𝗹 discussing with the centerman Allen and Zimmer as to why that whistle went. Nobody was really near the puck at the time. Calgary wins the faceoff. They'll chip it down into the Brandon zone. After it goes Logan Hammett in behind his own net. Here's Hammett. He'll go off the wall. It's tipped out to center, and it'll roll all the way down into Calgary territory. Slaney quickly back the other way. Hoffroggy trying to knock it down. Here's Allen, left wing. Into Brandon territory. Gets around Zimmer. Allen centering pass, knocked down. Back the other way. Here come the Wheat Kings. Head to neutral ice. Zimmer right side. He's got Thornton with him along with Trey Johnson. Here's Zimmer in. Shoots. Tried to go short side. Missed the net. And they'll go off the stanchion and into the netting out of play in behind the Calgary goal. That brings us to our final media timeout of the hockey game. It's a 3-2 Calgary lead. This is the third period on Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
The all-in clear-out is on now at Fowler Nissan. You can lease a 21 Sentra for $49 weekly or a 21 Rogue for $89 weekly. Plus, you'll receive a 2-year no-charge maintenance plan. You can also save big on 21 Murano with a $4,000 standard cash credit. We have 80 new vehicles in stock ready for delivery during the all-in clear-out. On now at Fowler Nissan, 3620 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
That was some party thanks to my buddy's beer and joint. Here's the keys, joint.
Yo, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, dear?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Come on, Dave. Take one for the team.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
A message from Mad Canada.
This is Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. It's the Brandon Wheat Kings and Calgary Hitmen. Final 7 minutes of this one. This hockey game brought to you by Fowler Automotive Group. And Ridley Gregg will take this face-off here for Brandon. Wins it back to the point. Here's Iorio. He'll wait. Dish off near side for 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹. 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹 trying to fire this puck and funnel it to the front of the net. Nobody there. Here's Eric Pierce in below the goal line. He'll rim it back around for Iorio. Brandon down by one, looking for the equalizer. Quinn Manti with it. He'll float it towards the goal. That's knocked down in behind the net. Thought it might have been a high stick, but the linesman says no. Here's Nolan Ritchie with it. Play it back on the cycle in below the goal line. Battling there, Ridley Gregg and Eric Pierce. Pierce to the front of the net for Ritchie, and he can't connect. Back to the point, right side, Iorio. Makes a move. Throws it towards the goal on the screen. And Peters right there. He'll hang on with Pierce standing right on the doorstep. Good job there by Pierce to try and take the eyes away from Peters. Face off to the glove side of the Calgary netminder. 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹, who scored to cut the lead to 1, wins this face-off. Back to the line. Here's Mason Ward. A shot. No screen. And so an easy save there for Peters. And he'll just hang on. And we'll square up and do it all over again. Face-off won there by 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹. Here's Mason Ward. Down the near side wing for Rylan Roersma. He'll chase after it over on the far side. Rimmed around. 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹 trying to knock it down. It's flipped up and into the Calgary bench. And we'll get a face-off. That should stay back down in the Calgary end. So the face-off will come to the blocker side of the goaltender. Braden Peters, 𝗦ici𝗰𝗶𝗹 has won 3 straight face-offs here for Brandon. Didn't get any help from his wingers there, and Calgary will push this out to center ice. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 walks around Iorio, in, shoots, tried to go short side, but missed the net. Back to the far point, it's kept in by Calgary. Rimmed around to the near side, after it is Rylan Rorsma. Rorsma quickly plays it ahead, but it hit a skate. Now it lands flat for Logan Hammett. Out to center ice for 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹. He'll play it back for Mason Ward. Out to center for Hyland. He'll gain the red and fire it in. Final 5.5 to go here. Brandon down by 1. It's the closest hockey game we've had so far on this road trip. There's a weird bounce towards the goal. Bjarnason makes the save as the puck rolls free just wide of the Brandon net. Here's 𝗦𝗧ragi on his backhand. He'll play this one back out to center ice. Calgary will try and carry this one ahead. Left wing side for Allen. Here's Allen, top of the circles. His shot into the glove of Bjarnason. He'll hang on for the faceoff with 5:19 to go here in the third period. Zimmer on the draw in his own defensive zone. Faceoff controlled by Calgary. Here's Blake Allen. Throws it through a screen that hit Bjarnason in front. He took a whack there as Iorio was battling in front with Fiddler Schultz. There's a shot that goes wide of the Brandon goal. Back around to the near side. Picked up here now by 𝗦𝗧ragi. He'll go off the glass to the line, but not out. Toth held it in. Back into the corner. A second attempt for 𝗦𝗧ragi. Toth kept it in again. Back to the top of the circles. Toth in. Shoot. Stopped by Bjarnason. Rebound in front. And a battle of Fiddler Schultz and Iorio. Tangled up in front. Actually, that's Blake Allen, pardon me. So we'll square up and do it all over again. Less than 5 to go here. Shots 29-18. Calgary leading on the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic shot clock. Top line out there for Brandon. As Ward plays his puck in behind the net. Here's Mason Ward with it now. He'll step up off the boards for Nolan Ritchie. The pass doesn't connect. Knocked down there by the Hitmen, and they'll turn it back up to center ice. They're trying to ice this one. And for the Hitmen on the year, looking to move above 500 to 4-3. Brandon trying to get back to 500, heading home. Setting up a weekend home and home with the Prince Albert Raiders, starting Friday at the Art Hauser Center. Here's Ridley Gregg with it. He'll float this one to center for Pierce. Quickly ahead for Nolan Ritchie, far left wing. Ritchie got ridden off the puck there by Jackson Vandalese, far side. This puck sits free in behind the Calgary net. Here's Vandalese, the defenseman jumping up, left wing side now. Knocked down by Manti on the weird bounce off the sideboards. Mason Ward, long pass to center. Ridley Gregg couldn't handle it, rolled off the hail of his stick. And Calgary plays back into their own zone, delayed offside, so Brandon's going to get a line change here. Here come the Hitmen with it, up on the left wing side for Kidd. Kidd dumps this one in. Back behind the net for Bjarnason. Bjarnason plays it near side for Iorio. Iorio going to knock this one down in the near side. 𝗦𝗫𝗃𝗃 plays this one ahead, and we'll wonder, keep an eye on Carson Bjarnason. We'll see if Brandon gets an opportunity here to get the goaltender out in the next minute and a half or so. We'll see if Don McGilvery makes the pull. Here's Quinn Manti with it, ahead to center for Brett Hyland. Hyland will lay it in, dropped it off for 𝗦𝗪𝗃, but he wasn't ready for it. And the puck will be played out to center ice. Here's Mason Ward. He'll gain the red and fire it right back in. Peters came out to play it for a moment, knocked down there by Brett Hyland. Hyland in on the forecheck, but Calgary's going to grab the loose puck and sweep it around out to the line and back to center ice. That pass right under the tape there of Zach Funk. He'll walk in. He's got a guy going to the net, and Allen floats it towards the goal. Good stick by 𝗦𝗧ragi. He broke that up. Back to the near side. It's going to bounce around off the side of the net. Tied up there on the back of the goal by 𝗦𝗧ragi. There's bodies everywhere. 𝗦𝗪𝗃 in there as well, trying to dig it free. Calgary throws it in front. Knocked down there by 𝗦𝗫𝗃. Now a spin and fire chance there from Funk, and that goes wide. Tipped by Allen, and the puck will be played off the wall for Mason Ward. Ward's at the end of a long shift here, trying to fight through the fatigue to get to center and get the puck in deep. Ward still with it now. Plays this one across for 𝗦𝗧ragi at the end of a long shift. He just gains the red and fires it down and in. Goaltender came out to play it. Boy, that was a close call right along the goal line. Here's Eric Pierce with it now. Throws it in front for Ritchie. He wasn't ready. Puck was in his feet. Ritchie near sideboards. Plays it back to the point now for Hammett. Nice little toe drag at the line. Bouncing around right to the front of the net. No go there. 2:28 to go in the third period. Bjarnason was peeking at the bench, waiting to get the yank. Looking for the extra attacker. Brandon down by 1 here. As Ridley Gregg flips this one off the glass ahead for Duncan Pierce. Or pardon me, Eric Pierce rather. Calgary looking to seal it. Kill some time here. Just 2 to go. Up back into the Brandon end. Hammett shovels it up the wall. Here's a chance for Pierce if he can catch up to it. Pierce at his own blue line. Got stripped of the puck there by David Adazinski. He's got a goal tonight. for Calgary. And right now the game winner is off the stick of Fiddler Schultz that came on that 5-on-3 power play. Collision at the Calgary line. Back out to center. Here comes a partial 3-on-1. Funk leads the rush. In, shoots, put it high and wide. Off the inboards, it'll rattle around. Minute 40 to go here in regulation time. Bjarnason peeking at the bench. Brandon's got to get possession first, though. Back to the near sideboards. Stick knocked out of the hand, and Mason Ward is going to take a penalty here. And it's going to be a slashing call coming, and that's going to send Calgary to the power play with a minute 34 to go. So that pretty much negates any chance of the extra attacker. Calgary's going to take a timeout. I think here. Maybe that's... Brandon's going to have to be aggressive here on the kill because they're going to be shorthanded for the remainder of the hockey game unless Calgary can score, and at that point it doesn't matter anymore. So they've got to have a foot on the gas pedal mentality here, shorthanded. They had a hard time maintaining possession moments ago, and away down the track they go. Quinn Manti head to center for Ridley Gregg, and that pass misses the mark. In behind the net, Polshikov's going to provide a bit of forecheck here. He's got to get back in a hurry, though. There's a steal right in the slot by Roersma, and he knocked it into the corner. Roersma trying to get this puck to settle down at center ice. Calgary will play this one ahead. Empty net. Goaltender's gone to the bench for the extra attacker. Here's Quinn Manti. Dumps it off, so 5-on-5, no extra attacker here because of the penalty to Mason Ward. Iorio's got to be quick with it ahead for Rylan Roersma. Roersma up across the blue line into Calgary territory. Roersma in, cuts in, runs out of room, drops it off for Polshikov, and he couldn't get the shot away. Back at the line, held in by Manti. Here's Manti with less than a minute to go. Floats through a screen. Here's Ridley Gregg trying to get the shot away. Calgary's going to play it off the glass and down the ice. This is going to go, but Brandon's unable to get to the loose puck. For the icing, now Zimmerman can't tuck it home into the empty net. Here's Iorio ahead for Ridley Gregg. 35 seconds left. Gregg waits. His pass knocked down near sideboards. Here's a chance for Polshikov. In for Nolan Ritchie to the front of the net. It doesn't go. Zimmer and Roersma battling for it. Cleared off the boards to the line. Iorio tried to hold it in but couldn't. 20 seconds to go here. Brandon's got to get back on side. Dumped in behind the goal. Peters. Final 20 seconds here of the hockey game. And this will be sent down the ice. Brandon's going to race after it. Can they get there for the icing? And they will. And that sets up one last face-off play. With 9.4 to go in the third period, do we get a timeout here? And we will. So a late penalty to Mason Ward negates any chance at the extra attacker for Brandon. Now they do have the extra attacker out, but it only brings it back to even strength 5-on-5. So 9.4 to go here in regulation. Brandon's taking a timeout. And the face-off will come down in the Calgary end. Ridley Gregg on the draw. Polshikov, Roersma, Iorio, and Ritchie. Time for just one face-off play here. Brandon needs one to tie. And the scramble draw is played to the line for Iorio, but he can't get a shot. Into the corner, in front, Peters the save, and the rebound will be cleared, and that'll do it. So the Calgary Hitmen pick up the victory. And the Brandon Wheat Kings too little too late in this one. And it's a 3-2 final. The Calgary Hitmen pick up the victory here tonight. And the Brandon Wheat Kings with a much better effort than we've seen from the last 48 hours, but they still end up on the wrong side of this one. And they drop to 2 games below 500 here on the season. So there you have it. 60 minutes in the books here at the Scotiabank Saddledome, and it's all over. The Calgary Hitmen pick up the victory here tonight. Your post-game show begins in a moment. You're listening to Fowler Automotive Group, Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey. You're on Bounce 96.1.
For the ultimate in luxury, convenience, and innovations, you must check out the all-new Hyundai Palisade. Available in 7 and 8 passenger seating, the Palisade offers an elegantly modern interior, the latest in technology, and safety features you have to see to believe. Backed with a 5-year comprehensive warranty, the Palisade is a clear winner for the best value in the 7 and 8 passenger class. The Hyundai Palisade, perfect for the family and the ultimate driving experience. See it today at Fowler Hyundai, 3900 Victoria Avenue, Brandon.
Hi, my name is... I live at... Street. I am... years old. I work at... And my social insurance number is...
When you have TELUS Online Security powered by Norton LifeLock, it's like having a shield for your personal info. Before you share sensitive information online, get protected at TELUS.com/online security. Conditions apply.
Hey, Mike, did you know Joe Beavers has 15 different flavors of gourmet poutine? I guess you figured it out. Joe Beavers, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center. Wheat Kings season tickets are on sale now. Seats as low as $17.61 per game. Lock in your seat for the hottest ticket in town. Buy now at wheatkings.com/tickets.
You're listening to Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back. Got a final here in Calgary as the Brandon Wheat Kings fall 3-2 at the hands of the Calgary Hitmen. The Wheat Kings tried to make a game of it, but certainly the late penalty to Mason Ward, right as the team was looking at getting the extra attacker on the ice, was kind of the breaking point in this one. But nonetheless, a much better effort than what we've seen the last couple of nights. And so Brandon actually led after 20 minutes. Shots were 9-6 Brandon in that first period. Calgary responded with 3 unanswered in the second period, and some of them, the first one especially, 𝗦cije, his third from Kidd, was Vinny Iorio coughed the puck up in front of his own net. The second one from 𝗦cije, 𝗦 and Allen pick up the assist. That was just a goofy bounce off the end boards. And then Riley Fither-Schultz on a 5-on-3. Brandon's penalty killing did a great job, I thought, in that entire sequence of events. Brandon took back-to-back double minors for high sticking, and the Hitmen had a long, elongated 5-on-3 power play. They were able to score at least once. Fither-Schultz, his second. That stands up as your game winner here tonight. 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 does get Brandon close early in the third. A shorthanded marker, his first of the season and first of the Western Hockey League career for him. But it was as close as the Wheat Kings would get. As mentioned, late in the game, Mason Ward takes a penalty. That does not allow Brandon to get the extra attacker on, and as a result, they can't get the last-second push they need. Shots in the third period were 8-5 Calgary. They finished 29-18 in favor of the Hitmen. Your shot clock tonight presented by the Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic. Power plays tonight. Brandon finished 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Calgary 1 for 7 on the power play. Brandon now 1 for 16 on this road trip that ends here today. Brandon heading back to the comfy confines of Westova Place for a week of practice here starting this week. Brandon gave up 6 power play goals in this road trip, 2 shorthanded goals. Certainly something they're going to want to dial in here moving forward. Face-offs tonight dominated again. I don't know who's keeping track of the face-offs or how they keep track of the face-offs, but last night they said Red Deer won 51, Brandon won 24, and tonight it was 42-29 in favor of Calgary. So Brandon wins the third period face-off battle 12-11, but in the overall sequence of events, it was a 42 face-off win tonight for Calgary. As for goaltenders, Carson Bjarnason, 26 saves. Better effort for him and a good bounce-back effort from him from what we saw on Friday against Edmonton. And Braden Peters picks up the victory tonight, makes 16 saves for the win. So with that, the Calgary Hitmen moved to a perfect 2-2 at home and improved to 4-3 on the season. They're now above 500. Brandon now dropping 2 games below 500. They're now 4-6 on the season. They're 2-4 away from Westova Place in a weekend that could be quickly forgotten here in Alberta. It just did not go well for the Brandon Wheat Kings here tonight. this weekend rather. Tonight was a much better effort, and I think hopefully if I saw the game the same way as Don McGilvery, he'll be quite pleased with his team's effort here tonight, despite a couple of mental lapses in that second period. But considering the odds stacked against them here in the 3-on-3 weekend, the emotional toll that the back-to-back heavy blowouts had on the Wheat Kings, certainly a better effort here tonight in the 3-2 loss to the Calgary Hitmen. So that's your scoring summary here tonight. And we'll take a quick break here on the post-game show. When we come back, Don McGilvery will join us. We'll look at your 3 stars of the hockey game and have your out-of-town scoreboard as well. You're listening to Brandon's Bounce, 96.1.
All around the province, Manitobans are closing the loop by recycling empty beverage containers. You're doing it at home, at school, and in the workplace. For the efforts you're making, we're giving back by rewarding Manitobans and supporting local businesses. And through the development of programs designed to keep Manitoba's communities clean, our goal is to collect every container, but we can't do that without you. Help close the loop and recycle everywhere.
Take your next trip with Compass Coach Lines, Brandon's only luxury coach line. Superior service doesn't have to be expensive. Compass Coach Lines, it's all about the drive. Visit compasscoachlines.com to book today.
Brandon Wheat Kings hockey on Bounce 96.1.
3-2, your final score. Calgary Hitmen pick up the victory here tonight. As we welcome you back into the post-game show here tonight, we'll look at your 3 stars of the hockey game as chosen by Brad Curley, the voice of the Calgary Hitmen. Mason Ward earns the 3rd star honors here tonight for Brandon. He had 1 assist, was +2, had 4 shots on goal tonight, led all Wheat Kings with 4 shots on goal here tonight. The 2nd star, Riley Fiddler-Schultz, he finished the night with a goal, 3 shots on goal. He was 17 for 31 in the face-off circle and finished -1 on the night. And then Adam Kidd is your 1st star of the hockey game here tonight for the Calgary Hitmen. He had 2 assists, he was +1, had 5 shots on goal tonight as well for the Calgary Hitmen. So Adam Kidd is your 1st star of the hockey game here tonight. A couple of guys getting into the lineup here tonight for Brandon. Taden Trembecki, good job for on his behalf here in his 4th Western Hockey League game. Comes in kind of in a spot duty, jumping all over the lineup here tonight. But he gets in and gives himself a +1 effort here tonight. Zakar Polshikov gets his first career Western Hockey League goal. His first point in the Western Hockey League, finished +1, 2 shots on goal, and was 5 for 18 in the face-off circle. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be Mark Derlego joining us here on the post-game show at the Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Drummond's Farm Services, where fall deals have kicked in on Versatile's Delta Track 4-wheel drives and Versatile high-speed tillage. Available now, combination specials on new in-stock Versatile 520 and 610 Delta Tracks with a Versatile 40-foot Fury high-speed disc, or a demo 460 4-wheel drive with 32-foot Viking vertical disc. Versatile, prairie made for prairie farms. At our place, Drummond's in Holland, long live the family farm.
WHL hockey on the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce 96.1.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddledome post-game show here tonight on Brandon's Bounce. Mark Derlego joining us here after this one, and certainly, Mark, you and I talked about it pre-game. Trying to find positives. This has to be a much better feeling, despite the loss, a much better effort here from your hockey club tonight. What's your thoughts on the way this one shook out tonight?
Yeah, that's it there. We liked the effort tonight. The compete level was up from the last few nights. Had a good start to the game, good first period, come out with a lead, and then just a couple of mistakes there in the second and couldn't bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. I just tried to describe the Vinny Iorio turnover. Is that just a case of a guy trying to do too much and not making the simple play from in his own zone that led to the first goal?
He's just trying to do too much there, and I mean, he fault him. He's given an effort tonight. He tried hard, but we want just simple plays right now. Guys are playing a bit too many minutes, and that happens when guys play too much.
And then you get the goofy bounce off the end boards that led to the second goal where Calgary got the lead. But then one of the stranger situations I've seen, back-to-back double minors for high sticking. I mean, regardless of the outcome of the hockey game, only allowing 1 power play goal there, that's relatively good considering the situation you were in, wasn't it?
Yeah, our guys did a great job killing there. I mean, you get a tough bounce in front, but 4-minute 5-on-3 pretty much, and I mean, guys put their bodies on the line for that, and we were proud of them.
One thing I've noticed the last couple of nights is the face-off battle, and statistically, I don't know how accurate it is. I mean, it's just a guy keeping track on a sheet of paper, but the face-offs last night 41-30, and then tonight 42-29. Last night the faceoffs were 51-24, and then tonight 42-29. Is faceoffs at all a concern on the coaching staff side of things?
No, it's something we work on, and I think we got guys coming in getting better. I think 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹 will help our stats with that. He's a good face-off guy, and then we'll just keep working with the other guys and hopefully get that back to where we want it to be.
Speaking of 𝗦cije𝗰𝗶𝗹, he scores here tonight, gets into quite a few shifts, plays a regular shift. What did you like about his game here tonight?
I liked his compete level, his battle level. He's a guy who gets his nose in there, gets dirty, and then just responsible defensively. You can see his positioning was great, and then you see his release on that goal, so he can contribute that way as well.
Carson Bjarnason looking for a bounce-back effort from him after a tough emotional loss for a young 16-year-old on Friday. You know, he faces 26 shots. I don't think you necessarily blame him. Maybe the one off the end boards, maybe just read it wrong, but at the end of the day, that's a good bounce-back effort for a young guy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. We're happy with him. That wasn't going to be a question for us. He's been great. He battles, he competes, he kept us in it. He did all he could do for us.
You got a big weekend coming up, but first you got a week of practice. What are some of the things you guys are going to be working on here over the next couple of days here to get ready for Prince Albert and the home and home?
I think we'll just get back to getting our systems tightened up a little bit, getting the neutral zone cleaned up, the D zone, and then getting back to work, a little more compete in practice and get the pace up.
Well, Mark, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Mark Derlego joining us here on the post-game show tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back with your out-of-town scoreboard and our final thoughts here on Brandon's Bounce 96.1.
Joe Beaver's Canadian Pub, the place to be before and after every Wheat Kings game. 15 flavors of poutine, a full draft beer menu, and dozens of big screens to catch up on all the action. Joe Beaver's, proud supporters of the Wheat Kings and all things awesome, across from the Keystone Center.
Let the specialists at Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic put a smile on your face. With their in-house lab, they offer complete and partial denture services, including repairs, relines, and soft liners for lower dentures. Call Kyle Ryan Denture Clinic to book your free consultation.
This is Brandon Wheat Kings Hockey on Bounce 96.1.
One other game tonight in the Western. Now up north in OCN, 𝗦cije 2, OCN 1. NHL scores. The Bruins beat the Sharks 4-3 earlier today. The Red Wings lead the Blackhawks 4-2 right now. The Preds lead the Wild 5-2. And the late game tonight is the Islanders and the Golden Knights from T-Mobile in Vegas. NFL winners today include the Cardinals, the Bucks, the Rams, the Raiders, New England hammering the Jets today, Falcons, the Giants, the Packers, the Bengals, and the Tennessee Titans over the Chiefs 27-3 today in the NFL. And that'll pretty much do it. No baseball today. Of course, we booked the World Series. It will be the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros. That begins later this week. Of course, the NBA's going now. It's kind of that time of year where everything's going, and certainly looking forward to getting into the winter months where it's all hockey all the time. But for the Brandon Wheat Kings, 3 games in 3 nights, that's a lot of hockey in 3 days, and they end up 0-3 on this road trip. They're now 2 games below 500 heading back home. Next action is Friday night in Prince Albert. At the Art Hauser Center, we'll have that call for you. 8 o'clock, puck drop, 7:45 pregame show. And then Saturday night, Halloween hockey at Westoba Place. If you're in a costume and you're under 18, you get in for free. You don't need to pay for a ticket. If you got a costume, that's all you need. We're going to have safe indoor trick-or-treating at the Keystone at all 3 Wheat King store locations and around the concourse. We're also going to have Cameron Hughes, the fan igniter, in the building. He's going to be a lot of fun to be a part of Saturday night, especially themed jerseys that night as well, with funds being raised through an auction for Scare Away Cancer. Looking forward to revealing those jerseys this week. Keep it locked to the Wheat King social media channels to check out the absolute beauty jerseys that you'll be seeing worn on Saturday night at Westoba Place. Get your tickets now at the Keystone Center box office, online or in person. The box office opens at 11 every day this week. From all of us at Bounce, have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk to you Friday night from Prince Albert. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to live play-by-play action of the Western Hockey League on your home of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Bounce.
Well, that was a sucky game for the Brandon Wheat Kings, but hey, at least they tried today's game and not other games that this weekend. But anyway, guys, for the guys having an amazing day, I gotta get some recording videos out for you guys for tomorrow, because I'll be busy outside playing football all day long and crap, like after school and that. So it will be quite busy for me tomorrow. So, yeah, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good, amazing stuff, though. And, yeah, have an amazing rest of the night, you guys. See you guys in the next one. Gotta get some videos out recording. And that, see y'all in the next one. Have an amazing rest of the night, everyone.
I came from a dark place, bro. I came from a dark place, and I'm not perfect. Like, you gotta understand, the ego is not going nowhere. You just know how to control that shit.
Check the mirror, check
you know what I'm saying? But it's not
you
going
gotta check
nowhere.
is the bathroom.
You feel me? When you connect with your higher self, you still gonna have your ego. We are the ego.
Yeah. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah. Speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah. Speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn. Speedway, and my bitch on fleek. Gucci bands on my meat. I'm buying that cash, never lease. I'm stacking the bag and repeat. We fucking, I'm changing the sheets. When we done, she kissing your cheek. So who are you niggas to me? Yeah, Sapphic man, I said it. Yeah, bank account got red millions. Yeah, her ass so fat and the face a 10 and the waist like my spaghetti. Yeah, goddamn really don't get it. Yeah, I need me a brand new petty. Yeah, my watch so big and my clip so big, send 30 shots at your head. Yeah, ooh, I can't lie, I'm feeling hella boost. I can't teach my drip, my nigga, take your ass to school. When I was in school, they told my ass I wasn't cool. Now I'm driving on the motherfucking speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. Yeah, you watch my vids on replay. Hold up, what you bang? Fuck your chains, wear your mains. Feel my pain, flex again, leave a stain. But the Glock gon' rain. If you touch my fan, if you touch my friends, I collect my chip. Put the bust down rolling in the picture frame. Feel my pain, do you really feel the same? Yeah, I stay in my lane, then I cop the different chain. Ayy, I hopped in a gang, then I turn it to a gang. All these bitches on my line, man, my life is not the same. Ayy, yeah. Oh no, oh. Do I want these females and these hoes? I just want the money and these clothes. But this shit is moving, I don't know. Oh, whoa, oh. Oh no, do I really want these new hoes? My dog's been eating, so we score up like a field goal. 20 racks up on a nigga, then we out, bro. RIP my fucking mama, that's the outro. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦liche. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hey, Speedway Part 2 fucking. Listen. Oh yeah, we back with shit. 22, that's a new crib. Remember back in high school, I ain't had shit. I just free my schedule, about to call my dad a whip. 2020 Benz with the rims and with the tent. 2020 vision, I just see a Tesla. Dropped out of school, I don't need professors. My monthly income is an annual of a damn professor. So why the fuck you telling me how to run a checker? YouTube, TD, merch, it free me. Cycle, repeated, feeling conceited. Multi when you see me walk in a room. Multi when you see my numbers on the 2. Fuck it, multi when you see my numbers in the bank. Multi when these females wanna see my chase. Multi me and Jay is really getting paid. Multi at the crib and we eating steak. Ayy, Speedway, Payway, my way. Anyway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Balling you niggas like D-Wade. Making the bands on 2K. I'm locking it up like a 2-way. I don't give a fuck what she say, cause I've been too proud these days. Hey, these days, I just tend to smile. Fuck the money, fuck the fame, I'm the golden child. My mental health is so sexy, they just ask me how. I meditate, I manifest, then I break it down. Break it down. Oh. Yeah. Speedway, Payway, my way. Anyway, all you niggas is cheesecake. Balling you niggas like 2K. Speedway Part 2. Yours truly. Yeah.
I came from a dark place, bro. I came from a dark place, and I'm not perfect. Like, you gotta understand, the ego is not going nowhere. You just know how to control that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going nowhere. You feel me? When you connect with your higher self, you still gonna have your ego. We are the ego.
Yeah. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah. Speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, Speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, Speedway, and my bitch on fleek. Gucci bands all on my meat. I'm buying that cash, never lease. I'm stacking the bag and repeat. We fucking, I'm changing the sheets. When we done, she kissing your cheek. So who are you niggas to me? Yeah, sound fake man, I said it. Yeah, bank account got red millions. Yeah, her ass so fat and the face a tan and the waist like my spaghetti. Yeah, goddamn really don't get it. Yeah, I need me a brand new petty. Yeah, my watch so big and my clip so big, send 3 shots out your head. Yeah, ooh, I can't lie, I'm feeling hella boost. I can't teach my drip, my nigga, take your ass to school. When I was in school, they told my ass I wasn't cool. Now I'm driving on the motherfucking Speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, Speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, Speedway. Spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, Speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Ayy, getting to the best is pre-K. Yeah, you watch my vids on replay. Hold up, what you bang? Fuck your chains, wear your mains. Feel my pain. Flex again, leave a stain. But the Glock gon' rain. If you touch my fan, if you touch my friends, I collect my chip. Put the bust down rolling in the picture frame. Feel my pain. Do you really feel the same? Yeah. I stay in my lane, then I cop the different chain. Ayy. I hopped on a gang, then I turned it to a gang. All these bitches on my line, man, my life is not the same. Hey, yeah. Oh no, oh. Do I want these females and these hoes? I just want the money and these clothes. But this shit is moving out, oh no, oh, whoa, oh. Oh no, do I really want these new hoes? My dog's been eating, so we score up like a field goal. 20 racks up on the nigga, then we out, bro. RIP my fucking mama, that's an outro. Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, Speedway, all of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn, Speedway, spend 100 bands on a weekday. All of my niggas were 𝗦cie. VVS diamonds, I don't play. Yeah, Speedway. All of you niggas is cheesecake. Getting to the best is pre-K. You watch my vids on replay. Damn.
disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hey, Speedway Part 2, fuck it. Listen. Oh yeah, we back with shit. 22, that's a new crib. Remember back in high school, I ain't had shit. I just free my schedule, about to call my dad a whip. 2020 Benz with the rims and with the tent. 2020 vision, I just see a Tesla. Dropped out of school, I don't need professors. My monthly income is an annual of a damn professor. So why the fuck you telling me how to run a checker? YouTube, TD, merch, it free me. Cycle, repeat it, feeling conceited. More time when you see me walk in a room. More time when you see my numbers on the tube. Fuck it, more time when you see my numbers in the bank. More time when these females wanna see my chase. More time me and Jay is really getting paid. More time at the crib and we eating steak. Ayy, Speedway, Payway, my way. Anyway, all of you niggas is cheapskate. Balling you niggas like D-Wade. Making the bands on 2K. I'm locking it up like a two-way. I don't give a fuck what she say, cause I've been too proud these days. Hey, these days, I just tend to smile. Fuck the money, fuck the fame, I'm the golden child. My mental health is so sexy, they just ask me how. I meditate, I manifest, then I break it down. Break it down. Oh. Yeah, Speedway, Payway, my way. Anyway, all you niggas is cheesecake. Balling you niggas like 2K. Speedway Part 2. Yours truly. Yeah.